Yo, what is the deal? What is the deal? Welcome to the No Pick Show. There's no hand holding. We do with facts, not emotion. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification if you haven't already. I'm here with my dog, Just A Davis, aka Alvin. I'm testing out a new microphone. Please let me know how the sound is coming through. Pause. You understand me? And shout out to the homie Michael Morgan, always in the building, setting the tone with that super chat. Appreciate you, my dog. How you doing, man? Thoughts and prayers to everybody out there dealing with the tropical storm. You know, I'm not like Dejounte. I want y'all to be okay in New Orleans. I have empathy for tropical storm people. Shout out to the homie Fist of the Blackstone in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button as you come on. And L, how you doing, brother?
I'm coolin', dog. You know, it's been a nice little day. You know, we midweek hump day. You heard me?
Yes, indeed.
Time to go to the other side. Time to look, get a great episode out because some good energy, you know what I'm saying? And let's do it. I'm excited, bro.
You know, we try to keep everything good vibes, bro. I think we keep everything good vibes, and we try to keep everything objective. You feel me?
And in perspective.
Objective and in perspective. You know what I'm saying? I had some very interesting conversations with a couple people today as it pertains to some roster construction and some of the things the Pelicans may be doing. Of course, I keep saying this person's name. That being Ben Mathurin came out today that, you know, Charlotte isn't, I'm sorry, not Charlotte, the Clippers. I had a C in my mind. It's the Clippers aren't keen on making any major moves as it currently stands, just because, you know, Kawhi might be going to jail.
Kawhi shit.
Yeah, Kawhi might be going to jail. Well, shout out to Paperboy. What's happening? Bakari, what's happening? Mason, what's the deal? Jay Haley, tell what's happening. Brian Lane,
that's why you the best, bro. That's why you the best. It's like, well, Kawhi might be going to jail or back to LA.
My dog Greg in the building. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi might be hitting the slammer. But look, my thing is this: if you ain't scheming to get extra bucks and extra dollars, you ain't trying.
Yeah, you gotta do. Shout out to Kawhi for, like, you know, let me get the max and a little something under the table. You know?
Something for my motherfucking troubles. Something for my trouble. I can't wet my beak. Pause. What your boy saying? You must let us draw from the well. I need money.
You gotta do something. Fucking Kawhi. Who gonna keep Uncle Dennis fed? Not me.
Boy. And it's interesting that the Raptors, the gentleman from the Raptors who was like the president of like the ethics committee or what have you, whatever that was, he stepped down. It's like, it's so much wild shit happening right now. It's wild Magnolia. Because I know some people feel like, and I agree with this to a degree, like, man, if teams wanted to do certain things, they could just do it. And it's like, that's true. But there's a couple major fallouts happening right now. Like, if you were a team that's interested and go and get Ben Mathurin, you gotta wait till the indictment for Kawhi come down or don't come down. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, so you could just sign him, but he's restricted, and is nobody don't want to be in the light. Like, you know what I'm noticing too? Nobody really want to take the front about anything. Like, don't want to step into the light about anything. If you notice, like, because you don't hear Toronto saying shit either. Like, they ain't trying to push the envelope on, like, man, what's up with the Kawhi shit? It's like, no, like, you got to wait that out.
Can you imagine how awkward that's going to be, son? And shout out to my partner, Greg, again. Boy, me and Greg was rapping last night, son. We was talking.
Shout out to Greg, bro.
Man, the Pelicans something else, boy. That's all I'm going to say. These Pelicans something else. Look, I don't got no kids, but these Pelicans something else, boy. Ooh. I thought about retiring yesterday. I said, listen, you know what,
bro,
this is it.
I got them. And listen, being kind of hip to the conversation, just was kind of like, at this time of night, this is what we got to be worried about.
Right.
At this time of night, if you can't sleep.
If you're a member, then you know what I'm talking about, because you saw the clip I posted for the members. And like, again, Brandon Ingram going back to, or having to possibly return to Toronto, I think at this point, they just wouldn't do it, bro. I think at this point, they saying, even if Kawhi suspended for 2 months, we just gonna have to go through the deal. We just gotta go through the deal, because at this point you can't bring him and Grady back. Like, it's gonna be fucked up. It's gonna be awkward. It's almost gonna be as awkward as this.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I'm going to New Orleans. I remember when Hurricane Katrina happened, and I was like, man, I'll never go there. Mm-hmm. Straight up, like, this is a true story. And
like,
well, it's one of those things when you meet a real one, you know it.
So what Ryan Clark saying right there, he's saying he agreed. He's saying fuck New Orleans. He's saying fuck Katrina. He's saying fuck the refugees. That's what he said. You heard it yourself. You heard it yourself. And we ain't hiring over here. We not hiring, Ryan Clark. You stand with the pivot, nigga. Talking about, I want to come join no picks. You ain't hired. Fuck out of here, nigga. But nah, shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. What's good with y'all?
Great energy this morning. So look, this evening. I'm sorry.
Elvin, you had an incredible idea yesterday, bro. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Pels in the Blender. We just had an incredible idea. You wanted to compare this team's roster, the New Orleans Pelicans roster, to the Orlando Magic's roster. And we're also later in the show, we're going to get into previewing some of the Southwest competition in the division. But can you go into further detail about the concept of your idea as comparing the rosters under Jamahl Mosley?
Yeah. So the whole thought process is basically like when we sitting in the off season right now, right? And we're trying to assume, hey, the team need this, the team need that. Why the team? Because again, if we were coming back with Willie Green, right? Let's say Willie Green or James Borrego would have been the coach for this team. You have a idea of how that team is going to look and what that coach would need for his team to be successful. You like, we need a big, we need shooting. That's because of the application that we seen these players in the previous coaches or whatever. So I'm thinking about it and just kind of thinking about what if Jamahl Mosley and Joe Dumars were so in lockstep, right? Before he signed, if you believe him for if you believe him, take him for their word. They said they discussed everything, which means they talked about the roster. I can't imagine that there's moves that would be made, or let's say they are saying we're gonna run this shit back, that Mosley would have took the job without being okay with them running it back. So the concept is well, maybe he's viewing this roster in comparison to what he had in Orlando. And while we're saying, hey, in Orlando, I had to play this scheme because, we had, multiple bigs. We didn't really have shooters. We didn't really have dynamic scoring from the guard position. Our bench lacked certain elements. So the concept is, well, fuck, we looking at the roster from our, let's try and view it from Mosley and see what Mosley sees in comparison to what he did in Orlando. And if you look at it that way, then maybe the roster, before they do any like major moves, maybe Mosley has an idea of turning, this roster and using it a certain type of way that's completely different, that might make up for some of the shortcomings.
Now, one of the things that I think is just ahistorical is just like people seem to feel that a team can't improve by double digits the first year of a new head coach. And that's been totally disproven. In fact, in Jamahl Mosley's first 2 years, they improved by double digits, from 22 to 34 wins, from 34 wins to 47 wins. Just in those first 3 or so seasons, they improved by double digits each season. They improved by 12 wins and then improved by 13 wins. And keep in mind, one of these years, these guys were beginning to actively tank. A couple of these years, So
the first season, if I'm not mistaken, because they ended up getting Paolo. You know what I mean? It's so that it was the very first season. It's like, all right, we're gonna do what we got to do while we implement.
Right. So if we go back, just looking at that roster from this past season, and I actually liked a lot of people on this roster. And shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Whoa, shout out to the homie Lito, man. Me and Lito was talking about that grill. I had to throw a tomahawk on the grill. Boy, I had some old grinding. Oh, yeah, boy, I was acting a fool. My stamps hit. My stamps hit. Yeah, so my stamps came through, and just want to thank the Lord.
Man, showing off, you hear me? It's summertime. It's summertime out there, but we throwing food on the grill, you hear me?
And like where I'm at, they don't give you bags no more, so I have to carry all that shit out of Sam's, boy. But I threw it on the grill. All right, so just looking at this roster, of course, you got Paolo Banchero. Of course, it's been well documented. Some of the disagreements Paolo Banchero and Jamahl Mosley had due to play style. Jamahl Mosley kind of wanted Paolo to be more aggressive, attacking downhill. Paolo, of course, began to fall in love with the midi. Still an incredible player, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Desmond Bane. Took him a little while to get going from beyond the arc, but Desmond Bane is Desmond Bane. Awesome player. Goga Batadze had a down season. Anthony Black had his peaks and valleys under Sham God. Was pretty much like a sixth starter for them with the Franz Wagner injuries and them not necessarily having a traditional point guard. Jamal Cain, who was starting games, and we're going to get more to that later, former Pelican, Javon Carter, Wendell Carter Jr. had a great year. Jonathan Isaac played in some games, but the minutes wasn't there. Suggs, I guess the big names on this roster would be Paolo Bane, Anthony Black, Wendell Carter Jr., Suggs, and Franz. I think Mo is easily replaceable. Tyus Jones has kind of been bad the last few years.
I got it listed. I got it listed. I got a
Mhm.
comparison of the top 10 in the rotation, because more than likely you're not like they playing 10 people, and then everything beyond the 10th is just like, like the Peavies of the world. Or for them, it would be like the Jet Howards of the world from last year. Like those, like, not that they don't matter, but like Javon Carter to a degree don't fucking matter. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yo, shout out to the Wealthy Field. I'm going to start this question, bro. Send y'all questions in as well so we can star them. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Like, and we just seen Jet Howard left, ultimately. And Mo Wagner left as well. They was able to bring Jonathan Isaac back, but they still in a fucked up situation, like tax wise. Shout out to Mr. Hennessy in the building. Shout out to the homie Nola Ant. What's the deal? So let's take a look at the Pelicans roster and comparison over here. You know what I'm saying? We got, let me see, 25, 26 right here. You got
ain't no changes happening there, Bill.
Yeah, Jose is gone. Hopefully Trey Alexander is okay. I don't think we even got the update on his injury.
I don't think so.
But you got Sadiq Bey, Jeremiah Fears is here, Jordan Hawkins, Herb Jones is here for now. DeAndre Jordan, Kevon Looney's gone, Carlos still here, Bryce McGowan is still here, Yves Missi's here, Trey Murphy, Dejounte. Then you're talking about Micah Peavy, Poole, Queen, and of course Zion Williamson. Now, they got this wrong like a motherfucker. Zion Williamson ain't got no 5 years of experience. But anyway, I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, so generally speaking, on paper, this is a solid roster if you just don't focus on the center position. Right? So how do you compare the Pelicans roster to Orlando's roster at this junction?
So if you look at it from like, if you go player for player, right, the rosters to a degree are relatively similar. Like they're very comparable teams if you go talent for talent. I think if you look at Orlando, I think Orlando has the better high-end talent as far as like Paolo, Franz, and Bane. Their top three is just better than the Pelicans' top three, right? I think no matter how you do it, even if you're going to say Paolo and Zion even, or one or the other, whoever, I think Bane and Franz are better than whoever you would consider the next two for the Pelicans, which would be Trey and right now probably Dejounte, right?
Right.
So, but this is where
wait.
Who's your Dejounte not your third best player?
I couldn't do it. I think my third best player is Sadiq Bey right now.
You think so? I mean, if you go
I gotta just go based off recent history.
If you go based off last year, Sadiq Bey was incredible. So even if you say Sadiq Bey, I'm not gonna argue Sadiq Bey was your third best player for sure. He had an incredible season, averaged almost 20, played, how many, almost 70, 60 something games, something like that. 70, like he played a bunch of games.
And it seemed like that nigga played 48 minutes a night.
Yeah,
they was not shy with Sadiq Bey's minutes.
He was solid defensively, shot the three. So if you say Sadiq Bey is your third best player, I ain't tripping on that.
I think after Zion and Trey, then it just becomes like a sum of your parts.
I agree. I'm with that. So that goes to the Orlando, right? So now this is the thing when you're comparing and you looking at it from Mosley's standpoint and comparing the Orlando team to the Pelicans team with the way that they want to play, right? The way that everybody said Mosley wants to play, how he said he wants to play. He wants to play downhill paint touches, right?
Paint the great. Paint
touch, kickouts. If you think about the Orlando roster in general, right? How many players, and y'all participating this in the chat, obviously. How many players on the Orlando roster are just incredible at just getting to the paint religiously? Like really even if you look at their best players, right? Like Paolo can get to the paint, but Paolo's not like Paolo can get to the paint, because he's a strong player and he's skilled, but he's not like just beating people off the first step anytime. Franz can get to the paint as well, but he's not like, they're more, I don't want to say shifty, but you know what I mean? Like Franz got to give you a couple moves to like beat somebody. It's similar to Trey trying to beat somebody.
He got to be more crafty because he don't got that explosive first step. Like, and Lito, this is what I was about to say, to be honest. I was about to say, I think Fears might be your third best, but we got to see. We got to see.
The only reason I can't say it right now is because he don't have
the sample size.
Yeah, it's just not enough to say that he the third best player on the roster, but quite possibly could be. So my thing is, when you think about Mosley in general, from a scheme standpoint, right? The thing that I liked about Mosley is you scheme based off what your team does, right? Not based off what you want them to do. Fuck, I only could do what my player, like what makes them most successful. So what I'm assuming is that once he looks at the roster and he says, okay, I had Suggs running my point, but Suggs not really a playmaker like that. Like if you compare Suggs to Fears and how they can easily get to the paint, if you look at Anthony Black compared to Fears, or either one of them even compared to Poole to a degree,
and
right?
Look, I was about to say Poole as well. He could get to the paint with his handle, definitely.
So that's not like that's off your roster, off GP. You got three players between Fears, Z, and Poole, who's probably going to be your playmakers that naturally do what Mosley's initial game plan wants to be. And nobody really on the Orlando team, like their skill set wasn't like set around that. So you want to like kind of just have that discussion first before we like build out more from there?
Yeah, that's fine with me. Like I totally agree with what you're saying as far as like, I think, especially historically, you saw Poole able to get downhill with his creativity with the dribble. Like he's not like an incredible athlete. I don't think I've ever saw Jordan Poole dunk, but he can get downhill. Sometimes at will because he has such a crafty handle, kind of like how CJ was doing a little bit in Orlando. I'm sorry, in Portland rather. So, and of course we know Fears has an elite first step. Zion has an elite first step. I think the only, and this is where we get into like more depth with the conversation. I think one of the biggest contrasts between the Pelicans and Orlando is that they have a lot of big physical guys, and even the shorter players like Desmond Bane. He do swole. This, you know what I'm saying? Anthony Black 6'7", like you know what I'm saying, got some size on them. Pause. Like that whole team is physically imposing and intimidating. Whereas with the Pelicans, aside from Zion and Sadiq Bey, and now you've seen Fears come along in that area. Trey, it looked like he put on some weight, but it just don't seem like they could be nearly as physically imposing. So I think they gotta maximize what works for them. And I think that's what we're kind of leaning towards in this conversation. Like, what does this roster permit you to do? And how can you adjust as a head coach to maximize the players you do have available? Because it's never going to be a perfect situation.
Absolutely. So like the example when we talk about, for example, from a strength standpoint, right? I think the strength standpoint don't necessarily hurt them in what Jamahl Mosley wants to do offensively. I think that was like that probably will be why he maybe won't be able to run the defenses that he ran in Orlando, right? They're just not physically stout. So I think he has to get more creative defensively with what he does. But if you look at the offensive standpoint, like I think him, one, pushing the pace, playing with more tempo, playing in transition, realistically, they should have an easier time getting easier buckets because, if you saying in theory he wants to run a paint, touch, and kick offense for threes, again, Dejounte being the catch and shoot guy, I think is better than when Suggs was a catch and shoot guy. Like over his career, right? Like lately he hadn't shot the ball relatively well. Before his career, you showed the numbers not long ago about if Dejounte was more of a catch and shoot player.
39, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's a 39% career catch and shoot guy. If I'm not mistaken, double check those numbers.
So if you're putting players like, instead of having Trey being more ISO, like more ISO score like we've been using them, like everybody on this fucking team has been used. You had to, everybody, it's historically known you gotta like get it how you live on if you were a Pelican. In this situation, I think there'll be more structure, which is what Jamahl Mosley is going to want to do. And then you put, no matter who Orlando has had in their history, none of those dudes, and maybe Bane, but even Bane is not a better shooter than Trey Murphy, right? So I would say if you were allowed to have Anthony Black don't get to the paint like Fears gets to the paint, Dejounte, I think, can run an offense better than Suggs can run an offense when you do have to go that route, when you're not doing like the paint, you know what I mean? When you have to get away from like paint touches a secondary offense or whatever. If that's the case, if I'm Jamahl Mosley looking at Zion, not that I'm saying that he probably thinks Zion is better than Paolo, but the way I'm going to use Zion, his maximum skill set of just being able to get to the paint at will, basically, and then being able to make Trey Murphy, who again, Trey not tripping on standing at the perimeter and shooting 10 fucking threes a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we saw a little bit too much of Trey being put in a position to create off the dribble. Yes. I think it was a better year before last, but last year it just didn't look good last year. And hopefully he's not put in that position as much this season. But carry on. I apologize.
No, you're good. Think about it from this perspective, right? Who as a starter for Orlando, right? Like Paolo shot some threes, don't get me wrong, but like, you think Franz is comfortable shooting 10 threes a game? No. Even Bane, while Bane will shoot, you think Bane is comfortable shooting, you know what I mean, 8 threes a game.
And if you look at how, and this is where some coaching does come into play, when you look at how Bane shot the ball last year, a lot of it was off the dribble. He didn't get a ton of catch and shoot opportunities like he's used to. And I think that's why he may have struggled a little early in the season. Because remember, initially people was like, some people were like, oh, they won that trade because bro, you know what I'm saying? Bro ain't playing well right now. He rounded the turn later in the season, but initially he was having some trouble creating off the dribble himself.
And it makes sense if you think about it. Like historically, Bane had played next to Ja, who's the ultimate paint touch. You know what I mean? One of the ultimate paint touch players. And then even Jaren Jackson Jr. got to the paint from time to time before he started shooting threes. So if you just think about it strategically, just from that first little aspect of comparing like the players in style, right? Spears just automatically gets to the rim. Poole can get to the rim, and Zion gets to the rim. That naturally makes it a little bit easier. And I'm only saying this because that's some of the things that Orlando's players, their skill sets don't necessarily fit. Like, they don't run their offense through Suggs, who might be a player who could get to the paint, right? They run it through Paolo and Franz. And then it's different because they have to be craftier with getting to the paint. It's just like straight line drives, and we can beat our man off the dribble pretty much at will. So if I'm Mosley looking at that, it's like, okay, I should be able to create easier catch and shoot options for opportunities for Trey Murphy. That's gonna make your life easier. For Dejounte, that's gonna make your life easier. Sadiq Bey, that's gonna make your life easier. Bryce, that'll make your life easier. So now, while we're saying, okay, you might not have shooters, and I'm not saying they don't need more shooting, but if most of your shots aren't coming off of isolation scores, and my top players that I want to run my offense through, their major skill set, which is different from what they did in Orlando, which is automatic paint touches, then I think you see him look at the roster and it's like, well, shit, I think this is something that I could work with.
Now, how do you feel about because I think one of the major points that you're presenting here, and that's why one of the parts of the title for this video is like Dejounte Murray at shooting guard, but I don't necessarily mean shooting guard. I mean Dejounte Murray more so off ball. Again, if he at this point, of course, there's going to be opportunities for him to table set and things of that nature. It's something he's very good at. But to keep the turnovers down and to maximize the things he was able to do during his best points and best times in Atlanta, I think he would excel playing off ball a little bit more. And that's another way you can utilize Fears' gravity and the ability to get downhill. You can utilize Zion's ability to get downhill, and you'll have Dejounte as, I guess, quote, to me, even if it's positionless, the skill set of me, you will be one of the additional shooters on the court.
Yes.
Because if I'm looking to maximize the offense, what I'm looking to do is at some point I have to have Trey, Fears, and Zion on the court together. And I'm looking for the other two guys that could complement those two. Now, sometimes it's going to be Queen. I'm sorry. Yeah, sometimes it's going to be Queen. Sometimes it's going to be Poole. Sometimes it's going to be Bryce McGowan's. Like, it's going to be different situations to where you have to be able to not only sacrifice, but if you're a Trey, if Trey is on the roster this upcoming season, if you're a Trey Murphy, it's like, all right, bro, you're 6'10". You gotta be able to play center. I wanted to go over some of these Poole highlights versus
Orlando
last season. He was really able to excel. I believe this is the January game, and Poole played really well. Like, he had his moments through the season where you was like, yo, when this dude was in rhythm, he could ball. And of course, he didn't play many minutes after this. But I wanted to take a look at this and as we discuss some roster construction, because if Poole is here, we have to take into account how to best utilize him as well, because the talent is clearly there. The utilization was just bunk, in my opinion. And from having some conversations with some people recently, I think they plan on Poole being here. Things could change if a good opportunity presents itself, but I think they just feel like, Poole was dealt a raw deal by James Borrego and the coaching staff. I want to go over some of these highlights. Fair use, by the way, YouTube. Fair use.
That Mo's put in to get back to this point. Well, you were there. Yeah. Jordan Poole launches a three-point shot. It rattles in.
Pause it for a second if you don't mind. See, this is the shit that's like frustrating to a degree, right? Because I'd be quick though, because go ahead. Because he made the play, but again, that's not a catching. Like, and sometimes you got to be able to do that, right? But majority of Jordan Poole's buckets with this particular team was plays like those. I have to isolate. I can't really, like, if you watch, like, most of the times, if you go back to his past successes, a lot of it is catch and shoots, off ball, stuff like that. And he can do some of this, majority of what he had to do here with us, and if you just continue to watch a lot of the clips, it's probably gonna be, I don't know what you about to play, bro, but I could almost imagine that majority of it is gonna be isolation scoring. But let's see.
Yo, shout out to Louisiana Gal, my dog in the building. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out to the homie.
What's good?
Poole looking for a shot. Leans in. Nice pass. An easy bucket.
That was a mean fucking pass. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Jordan Poole last season had some excellent passes. I thought Jordan Poole was really good in the pick and roll last season.
For Matkovic. Williamson for the Pelicans. Skip pass into the corner to Peavy.
Yo,
3-point catch and shoot.
Do you see how Zion's ability to drive baseline there opened it? Now Desmond Bane is cheating off of Micah Peavy. But here's the thing. Zion has 5 players watching him. I think that's Tristan Da Silva right here. That's either Tristan Da Silva or motherfucking El DeBarge. But you got Desmond Bane, one of the Wagners, I think, Silva and Tyus Jones. Everybody's watching Zion. Bro right here is cheating as well, like looking back at Zion pause. So
paint touches and watch Poole relocate, bro.
Right? Poole relocates. Micah Peavy is wide open in that right corner. And the reason I make a point of that is because I think no matter who it is, when Zion drives baseline or drives, you gotta respect it. And you're going to collapse. You just need somebody in that position that can take advantage of that opportunity. And that was a great pass right there by Micah Peavy.
Williamson for the Pelicans. Skip pass into the corner to Peavy. 3-point shot by Poole. Got it. Richardson. Desmond Bane attacks.
Hey!
And his shot blocked, and down he goes.
Transition.
He got that
I'm shooting that.
Poole to pull up 3. Good again. Desmond Bane.
Bad pass.
Steal. It's
Run with him, Micah. Run with him. Run with him. I don't know what happened though. We was terrible off of turnovers last season, bro. Terrible.
Isolation.
Is you stupid?
4 from now. Yes, he does, and he is hunting threes right now.
We should have won this game, bro.
To Murphy.
We should have won this game.
Driving. Murphy.
See, Trey, you gotta relax.
Catch and shoot.
No travel. Poole.
Left hand.
Shot. Got it. But he is every year among the league.
Easy. Get it back.
Oh my God.
That's a paint touch though.
The paint touch. We should have won this game, bro. We should have won this game, bro.
Rebounded by Hawkins.
We should. Oh, is you stupid? Was that the sham guy?
De Silva off the dribble.
No, that wasn't the sham guy. Wait, hold on. Was that the sham? Yeah, was the sham guy? No.
Nah, he just threw it over.
Oh yeah, I had to watch that again.
Basket. He beats De Silva off the dribble.
Listen, even if he paused it for a second, this is my thing about the Poole situation. I understand every game he wasn't playing great. But when you DNP him, you take the threat completely off the floor of a guy who can get to the paint at will, of a guy who can at some point hit a 3 for you, one of the best free throw shooters on your team. Say what you want. The defense has to respect the skill set and the ability of Jordan Poole. Like, you just have to. So when you play 30-something games or however many, the 40 games or whatever it was, of him just not playing at all, right? That's hindering your team because you just completely
he played 39 games, bro.
Bro, because he was hurt for a bunch of it. Like, this might have been.
He was hurt for probably like 10 games.
Yeah. But then, like, again, not playing, play well, diminished minutes, no consistent role is just. It, again, in my opinion, it hurts your team because you don't have the threat at all. It's just another threat that you remove. And this is why I say I think Mosley sees the roster different, because I'm going to just be honest. I'm not saying Poole is one of the best players. Orlando don't have a player from the guard position that can do what Poole is doing right now. Like, Bane, maybe.
And shout out to Nola Ant, because I know exactly where he's going with this. It's because when you talk about Jordan Poole and the inconsistent minutes and role, it makes it impossible to develop a rhythm.
Yes.
It makes it impossible to develop a rhythm because I'm not playing. I don't even know if I'm going to play tonight.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, I don't know where my shots coming. I don't know when I'm gonna get in and out of the game. I don't know who I'm going against. Who I'm even if you're with,
even if you're Yves Missi, it's like, bro, I literally may not play tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so many guys had such inconsistent roles. Shout out to the home of the wealthy few. He said if Mosley can get a consistent effort from this team on defense, we will be better, in my opinion. I totally agree. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out for the wealthy few with the 5-piece, man. Let's finish.
Another thought. This is for anybody who played any sport ever.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not playing consistently, two things technically. You know what happens when you get in the game? Bitch, I gotta get mine.
Yeah,
like I can't play team ball. I don't know when I'm gonna play again. So you talk about wanting to play the right way. I don't know if I can play the right way. One, when I feel like you fucking over me, and then two,
man,
yeah, I already know you.
Hold the fuck up, bro. Hold the fuck up. Wait a goddamn minute, bro. We got 30 likes. It's over 80 people in the building. Let's do the right thing. Let's hit the like button. Let's take a moment, hit the like button. We're gonna watch the rest of this video, but let's hit the like button, man. Let's get up to 80 likes, at least 70. Can we get 70? Can a brother get a drink? Get some bitch ass? Let's get it up to 70 likes. We giving you real analysis around this bitch.
Black on him. He got daylight for 3 and makes another one.
Could just see it coming, couldn't you?
We should have won this game. We should have won this game. And the reason I highlighted this game in particular, because Jordan Poole played twice against Orlando. I'm not sure if he played in the final Orlando game, but he played twice against Orlando last season, once, of course, being in the preseason, once this game. And he played well in both games. Now, my feeling about this is, of course, Mosley has been a fan of some of the guys on this roster. Even when Zion was playing against him in Orlando, he would take time out to kind of give Zion pointers and speak to him. So of course, he kind of knew the writing was on the wall for himself also in Orlando. But I think there's something to be said about witnessing guys play well against your team. And like you say, Desmond Bane is a better player than Jordan Poole to me.
Absolutely.
But the skill set is totally different.
Yes.
Desmond Bane is a catch and shoot shooter and a tough guy, culture guy, awesome player. Love Desmond Bane, which we had him on the Pelicans. But Jordan Poole is more of an on-ball creator. Now, he may not be tasked with that much as a Pelican, because you're going to need guys that can take advantage of catch and shoot opportunities. But that just shows like the talent on the roster is there. It's just the utilization has to be there, and schematically you have to put these guys in the best positions to succeed.
Think about this also, and then I know we're talking about Poole, but as of right now, how the roster is laid out, or at least how we assume, we don't know what the starting lineup will be. Yeah. But again, you got Poole and Fizz. Poole is a career starter, bro. So, like, you know what I mean? Not a career starter. I'm sorry. He's not.
He's a big minutes player.
He's a big minutes player. That's a better way of phrasing it. Like, he's a actual player, 6 man, 7th man. Like, he's solidly in most rotations.
Yeah.
When you have that guy in Fierce going against most second units, which is probably how it's gonna, how it's gonna play out throughout the season, I think that's going to give Mosley the sustainable offensive punch that he didn't have initially in Orlando, right? And because part of the issues that we used to have, and again, you could watch even in this game, Zion comes out of the game. Sometimes Trey will come out of the game. They'll sit him for too long, and then you don't have anybody to carry on the offense. Mosley used to deal with a lot of the same issues. When Paolo would come out, Franz would come out of the game. There's no one off the second unit to be able to come in and provide the offensive scoring. I think it'll be different with Fizz and Poole.
Like, bro, like you're really preaching the gospel here, because what part really made me so upset with how these guys were utilized last season. You never really saw your best players
play together,
play off of one another. Pause. You never really saw a three-man game between Jordan Poole, Trey, and Zion. And some of the times you did see it, it was highly effective. Like, there's certain games I could go back to. I'm like, damn, I just saw Jordan Poole and Zion in the action together. I think it was that Clippers game. It might have been the Clippers game where
they spammed it towards the end of the game. That's how they got back into the game.
It's like, Trey and Zion in action together. Oh, damn. Trey just hit a three. Trey gave the ball back to Zion on the dive. Zion easy too. Like they can score in bunches. I'm sorry. They can score in bunches with those actions. And we just never really saw that line up consistently because Trey is a player like a Desmond Bane. To your earlier point, he's just not as physical, but he's not as like accomplished. But he's a player like Desmond Bane from the standpoint of, bro, if I'm the only 3-point shooter on the floor and I'm the only person they have to worry about, the opposing defender is going to be glued to me.
Yes.
I'm not going to have many opportunities to get my shot off. It's going to be a difficult contested three because I'm the only shooter here. No one's going to leave me.
And now I got to go. Like, one, I'm getting denied. Two, if I am getting the ball, it's probably with like 5 seconds left on the shot clock. You know what I mean? I done got thrown a grenade, or I got to go into my ISO game and try and hit some kind of contested step back three. Now, again, that's part of the league, so you got to be able to do that somewhat, but that can't be majority of what it is you do.
Yeah, like something we kind of spoke about ad nauseum. And shout out to everybody in the building. Please continue to hit the like button. We up to 49 likes. We got 90 people in the building. Let's get it to at least 75. Shout out to everybody in the building. It's like we couldn't, to Conquance's point here, right? I'm sorry, Conquance's, to Big Major's point here. People don't realize what being good defensively can do for you offensively. Easier buckets of transition. You're not always playing against a set defense after taking the ball out of the rim. Now, there was one instance also last season, and it just goes to show the lack of discipline from the Pelicans, and something that I'm hoping that Mosley can instill. Jordan Poole gets to the rim, 3-point play, right? Off of a made free throw. And we saw this several times last year for the Pelicans. Off of a made free throw at the end of the second quarter, Franz Wagner goes coast to coast, easy bucket. Trey falls asleep on defense, right? If you can't get defensive boards and get down transition and run, it's going to be hard to score. Well, it's going to be hard to match opposing teams' offense, especially when you don't have a bunch of guys who can create for themselves, like on ball. Like any given time, Dejounte can get to the midi. Fierce can get downhill. Zion can get downhill. But like when you start talking about like Herb and like Trey to a lesser degree, and some of the Yves Missi, like none of those guys are on-ball creators for the most part. Like you're going to have to put them in advantageous positions as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how they utilize, bro. And shout out to Jay Burke. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. So who's some of the other ideas and some of the other players you have interest in as you compare these rosters?
So like that's like when you talk about more so like your top, and that's more so talking about how initially, right, man, I really want to play the style, who can fit playing the style that I want to play, right? So that's kind of why I mentioned those. So one of the big concerns that we have right now is the big man, right? The 5 position. Yeah. So let's kind of address the 5 position to a degree. And then when you look at the way that Orlando used their 5, like, so who was their big man rotation, right? It's Wendell Carter, technically Paolo, Franz, depending on how you view them.
Mo Wagner.
Right? Mo Wagner and Goga Patasi. Yeah. Right. So again, Paolo, they're naturally a bigger team, right? Even when they play like, because Wendell Carter realistically like played the 5 mostly for them, like defending the 5 and stuff like that. Like he played the 5.
He had a very good year for him also.
Yeah, he did. But this is the thing. People don't recall what Wendell Carter was like before, when he did all those years in Chicago, before he got to Jamahl Mosley, right? He was a highly talented, high draft pick and whatnot. But when Wendell Carter was in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, he wasn't just this incredible defender, he's still not an incredible rebounder. You know what I mean? Like if you look at his rebound numbers, he's not a spectacular rebounder by no stretch. He can shoot the ball a little bit, but he's not just he's not Miles Turner from 3 or nothing like that.
He's a very quality rotational big.
He's a very quality rotational big.
What up?
You're not gonna like the comparison of what I'm about to say, right?
Nah, go ahead. I'm fucking with you. Go ahead.
But I view their big rotation, when you look at Carter, Wendell Carter, Goga, and Wendell Carter and Goga Batate and Jonathan Isaac was pretty much like who protected the rim for them. Who did
Jonathan Isaac's I'm sorry, was it you or someone presented this to me? Could you just mention? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Would you just mention Jonathan Isaac? It's like I can see a world where I think it was you, bro. I can see a world where Yves could become a version of Jonathan Isaac, bro. I can see a world. I'm sorry, please continue.
Yeah, no, that if we was having a conversation when we was kind of like talking about the show. People see Jonathan Isaac and it's like, man, Jonathan Isaac got this incredible wingspan and great instincts, and all of that's true. Jonathan Isaac was like a former number 6 pick in the draft, right before the injuries and shit. We've seen Yves be spectacular defensively, from like moving his feet, recovering, getting blocks. You know what I mean? Stuff
he's
like
had
that.
Moments. Yeah,
he's had moments where, again, and he didn't play much last year either, so it's tough to say what a full year of development for Yves could have done for his game towards the end of the season. And I'm only talking defensively, because offensively you ain't get much from Isaac. So
what do you think of this question, Kid? What do you think of this question here as we continue to talk about Yves?
I don't think Wendell Carter and Yves are comparable, because I think Wendell Carter's game is a more skilled kind of game. My comparison to Wendell Carter is Queen.
I can see that.
It's Queen. If you watch how, again, Wendell Carter's not a great rebounder. We've seen Queen at times for stretches defend fives relatively well. Like his actual defense of defending fives isn't necessarily the issue. He can do it for stretches at a time. It's just you don't want him at the 5 position because of the rebounding. But if you think about Wendell Carter, he wasn't a great rebounder either. They rebounded by committee because Paolo was good with rebounding and Franz was good, better at rebounding. Like they gang rebound as a team, which is what they're going to do in this situation with the Pelicans. So I'm saying when you compare Wendell Carter to Derek Queen, right? Like
I'm laughing at this comment. My bad. I'm gonna start your comment.
You good. No, you good. Is there, as of right now, and maybe some people feel like there is, but is there a major jump from what we're going to ask Queen to do and what they asked Wendell Carter to do? So I'm just saying, if I'm Mosley, right? So let's go back to the original thought. If I'm Mosley and I'm looking at the roster and I'm like, man, fuck, who gonna play center? I had Wendell playing center for me. Well, what did I actually ask Wendell to do? I asked him to defend the 5 at times, right? And all he really did, he didn't like get no ISOs and post up or nothing. They ran giving goals and pick and rolls, like off, like screen, catch, pass. You telling me that he look at Derek Queen is not saying, okay, if I could get DQ to shoot a little, I got to get this motherfucker in shape to be able to run. But if I can get him to do some of what I had in Wendell Carter, especially as a second year high prospect, and you saw some of the offensive things that DQ was able to do, Wendell don't really do none of that. In my opinion, I don't think Wendell does a lot of what Queen can do with the ball in his hands. Pause. Right? So that's kind of like how I'm looking at it. If we're going to talk about like the big rotation and defensively, right? So Goga Patase was a good rebounder. But if I compare Goga to Carlo, Goga can't do what Carlo could do. Get out again, that's a different type of big, right? Get out, run the floor, shoot the 3, be athletic, play above the rim. Goga can't do that. So that's another notch, I think, as to when he's like, man, look, if I got to go to my 3rd big, what can he do? Well, I got some more offensive punch. If I look at Wendell, Queen can do in spurts what it was Wendell was able to do. And then if I look at Queen's offensive gifts, again, we're not playing through Queen anyway, like we didn't play through Wendell. But when I did have to give him the ball, he can make some decisions and he could do some things. And similar to like Jonathan Isaac, everybody's like, let's possibly sign Isaac. And I get it. But if I could turn Yves into that, because Jonathan Isaac played off ball, defended and all of that. Anyway, we've seen Yves do that. Let me coach Yves up right? Yves has been working out, been getting stronger as well. And maybe I put him in better position. So maybe he's looking at the big rotation and saying it's different from what I had, but I can kind of use a little bit of what I was doing.
I think, and shout out to everybody in the building, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's get it up to like That's 75 funny. Likes. Appreciate y'all. I kind of agree with Don. I don't think Queen will have the ball much in this offense, aside from maybe like, giving goals and things of that nature.
Yes.
But like, I wanted to go over some of Yves Missi's film real quick. Shout out to the homies, say free JP3. Yeah, man, we trying to look. Jordan got to help him right now. Hopefully he get a good dose of minutes this upcoming season. He's in a contract year. You know what I'm saying? I think last year bro got dealt a bad hand. So you got to give him a real opportunity to sink or swim, no pun intended. So I wanted to go over some of Yves' film real quick. And I also want to say this, because I think I've made my thoughts and feelings about Derek's play and potential well known. I can't presume that guys just aren't going to get better, because that would be unfair to say, right?
Right.
People change. Coaches can change players. Guys get taller. Their bodies change. A lot of different things can happen, right? Their mentality shift. A ton of different things can happen. So I would just, as you mentioned Derek's gifts, I thought about this, bro, and this is like some profound shit. Some might consider the Pelicans a poverty organization, right? Historically. And sometimes, like when you speak about Derek's gifts, sometimes, one of the worst things you could get is socks for Christmas, right? Let's say Derek's gift is just a pair of socks, right? It's not spectacular. It's a pair of socks. But one of the most requested things in a homeless shelter?
Socks.
So he might be perfect for the Pelicans. It's just something I thought about.
And they crack on the forcing your hands to work overtime.
This dude got to be stopped. The ball hog glove dude.
Yeah. Just got his head in front of people video. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. Look, let's look at some of Yves Missi's play versus the Orlando Magic and see some of the things you see here, and what do you think Mosley sees when he looks at what Yves Missi is able to do? Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's hit the like button while we're watching this film.
Yves Missi stepped up for the New Orleans Pelicans, delivering a standout effort despite the narrow defeat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to mute, bro. These these motherfucking AI voiceovers is crazy. Nice pick and roll right there.
Let me ask you this. Not that they don't have anybody that can't, but like other than like maybe Isaac from the past, who do they have playing above the rim in Orlando?
Kane above the rim. I wouldn't even say Kane, really. I don't think they had. I think they were like a grounded, strong, physical, skilled team. I don't think they really had many above the rim threats. Isaac is just a freak of nature athletically and had a crazy wingspan, but I just don't think they had like many above. I don't think the Pelicans have a ton of above the rim threats either. To be fair,
I just think Yves is one of them. That's what I'm saying.
Oh I think Yves is probably just as good an athlete as anyone they had there. Probably. Like I thought this was a very good game from Yves. This game is one of the Orlando games. Yeah.
So what if, man? I might like ask you off the fly to just pull up some like some Orlando offensive like highlights or whatever. It don't even matter what, because I don't watch so many of their games. They do the same shit all the time to where like go back. I'm sorry. And I know we watching
the homie Bree in the building.
I know we watching like Yves highlights, but if you just watch what Wendell Carter's doing on all of the plays, bro, screens, good pops, like
because Zion died on that screen just now.
Yes, but that's what they're going to ask Derek to do. Yeah. It's just, you know what I mean? Just simple stuff like, again, Wendell Carter's moving his feet and whatnot, but he's not guarding on the perimeter or anything like that. So I could just imagine Wendell Carter, like he don't block a lot of shots either. Look at where he's playing. Off in the back, like in the paint, trailing. Like that's probably what they're going to ask Derek Queen to do. So even though Yves is doing a really good job playing in the dunker spot, good block, Yves. playing in a dunker spot.
This is another game we should have won, bro. It's another game we should have won. Oh, watch out, Suggs. Fuck you think
Go back
this
a little
is.
bit too. Go back a little bit. So to when Derek makes the pass or whatever. Well, we'll go from here. Give me that shit. Out in transition, we running.
No, I like Saddiq Bey a lot. Saddiq Bey was so bad in transition last year, dog.
Pause it.
Oh shit.
To when bad. Well, you ain't gotta pause it, but to when Derek makes the pass, like if you notice what's gonna end up happening in the offense is see how Derek got the ball up top. We saw on the screen and roll where Wendell Carter's going to pop almost every time. You either playing in the dunker spot, bro, or he going to be playing somewhere where Derek is right now. Wendell Carter can't make those passes. Even the first pass to Fears, Wendell Carter can't make that pass. So I'm saying if I'm Mosley, right?
Wendell can't make that pass?
Fuck no. Fuck no. Not the pass off the man, off the screen before Goga rotating all of that. Like Fears did a good job in kicking it out. But I'm just saying I think Derek can consistently make this play. I don't think Wendell won't even consistently try to make that play because that's not really how they run their offense.
I definitely think. See, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole because I always come to the same conclusion. It's like, all right, that's good for a set here and there, but
that's all it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be here and there. No, yeah. I'm just thinking about like I'm over analyzing this because I'm thinking about it's like, all right, let's say if you DQ and you getting 22 minutes and I play you next to a traditional big like a Yves or I don't know any big, right? I'm like, what you gonna be doing? Them other like 17 minutes when you're not the one orchestrating the offense, like what can I count on you for off like on both sides? Like you're going to be screening, you're going to be acting as more of a connector, which is kind of what he's doing here.
Yes.
This was a nice action right here though. Nice because you got Hawkins right here setting the screen. You got Saddiq Bey in the left corner. You got Yves crashing. So this is good. Louisiana Gal had a good comment. I'm gonna read her comment and we'll get back to the video after this. It say, if they start Derek over Yves, are y'all disappointed? Somebody hinted that they penciled starting Dejounte, Zion, Trey, Herb, and Derek. Yves would have to beat Derek out. Yo, I'm tell you.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think I told you before that I think they're gonna. I don't know if I think they're going to consider starting Derek at the 5 because of what I just said about him and Wendell Carter. And Yves is more like the Jonathan Isaac on that team. So would I be the Herb issue? Herb is more of the issue in that lineup. You get what I'm saying? In comparison to Yves. But would I be surprised? No, I wouldn't be surprised.
Bruh, I like to think of myself as a reasonable person, and since I've been on this channel, I've been a little more calmed down than what people used to seeing.
Yeah,
you will see the worst fucking side of me if they roll that starting lineup out, my nigga. I'm talking about you will see a nearly criminal side of me if you roll that bunk ass poop junk trash ass fucking lineup out. Man, don't even disrespect me like that, dog. They roll that lineup out. My nigga.
What's your issue with that line? Your biggest issue with the lineup?
The two niggas after Trey. The two niggas after both of them. They roll that bunk ass lineup out there on that motherfucking court. In the year of our Lord 2026, I'm going straight ham sandwich. I'm talking about 40 days, 40 nights of just Pelicans criticism nonstop. That is an awful fucking lineup. Straight up and down. That is awful. Like they better not do it, dog. And I'm gonna say Mosley. I'm gonna say Mosley better not do it because he's the coach. Mosley, don't do it.
What's your biggest issue with that lineup?
First of all, I tell you. First of all, it's a one shooter lineup, right? No rebounding. No defense, no rebound. Like the lineup is just straight up cheeks, diarrhea, parasite, fucking bad, Taco Bell bad. My nigga, I would be furious. Furious.
I ain't gonna lie.
My nigga.
I'm not saying I like it. I'm saying I would not be. I wouldn't be so this. So I'll put it to you this way. I'll put it to you this way. If let's say it's preseason, right? And if they're gonna experiment, it's gonna be early. They're gonna experiment, it's gonna be early. So I wouldn't be surprised. One, if you see this lineup in preseason, that's first. Two, again, we got questions to if Herb even gonna be on the roster.
Yeah,
right. So that's another question mark. Third, if Derek is shooting the three, let's say hypothetically, because he again.
Man, no, I can't. No.
I'm just giving you. I'm asking the question. I'm just asking the question. I gotta ask the question.
You gotta ask. That's fair. You
gotta ask the question.
Go ahead.
If he led the team in rebounding last season, so even as a bad rebounder, he was the best of the bad, right? If he's shooting the three, how much would he have to shoot for that? Shoot and rebound for that to be feasible.
Hold on, I need to count something. Make sure I got it.
That's my only. I'm not trying to start that lineup either, but I'm just like, okay, if he had to, how much would he have to shoot and rebound for that lineup to be? Whoa, what's good, people? Man, make sure y'all hit that like button.
Make sure y'all hit that like button. We appreciate y'all.
This is elite.
I just couldn't do it, son. I couldn't do it, bro. Like,
is it more Herb or is it more DQ? Or is it a combination?
It's all
like
tree
if
things.
If Sadiq Bey was the 4, would it not be as bad? Or
if Sadiq Bey was the 4 as opposed to Herb, it would be better because Sadiq Bey rebounds very well, right? If Zion is, free going into the NBA season, hopefully he's averaging about 6 to 7 rebounds as well, preferably 7. But because to me it would be such a political move, bro, because I thought Eve had a relatively better season than her. Like, I'm not a plus minus a net rating person, but the more productive lineups last year featured Eve. Now, one can say that about Herb as well. Like, well, some of the more productive lineups featured Herb. Now, I would have to ask though, how many of those lineups were Herb and Queen? Because maybe they're, doing something weird with one of offsetting the other. What have you? Like, maybe Herb is covering some of Queen's shortcomings, and whereas the lineup with Eve, maybe those shortcomings aren't necessarily there, so Herb and Eve both balance out the roster. I'm not advocating for starting Herb. I think that ship has sailed. I just don't see any logical, tangible reason to start Queen, period. Because and I would have to go do the research on this. I don't know many stretch bigs aside from maybe Cat, who just super duper elite, and Jokic not a stretch big, but
he shoot the 3 enough.
He'd shoot the 3.
But he do everything else.
Yeah, he do everything. So hypothetically speaking, if I'm using Queen like one would use Naz Reid is not a starter. So, and he's definitely not a starter at the 5. So I'm like, what am I sacrificing to start Queen? Like, to me, that move would signal that it's just totally political. Like, to me, that would signal a totally political move. And I would have a problem with the politics behind that, because I just think Eve is a rotational guy. My preference would be you get somebody better than both of them and start them. But if that's not an option, I think Eve is head and shoulders the best center on the roster as it currently stands. So them doing, I'm sorry, I got this new mic. Them doing something different like that. Oh no, that would just nah.
I will say this. I don't know if that lineup is true or not, but I will say if they, let's say first game of preseason, they rolled that lineup out, what I think this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. I want to see 2 different starting lineups the first 2 games of preseason.
Mm-hmm.
So like if the first game of preseason, they rolled that out, cool. If the second game of preseason, Yves was the starter, like if you was trying to figure, like let's say Yves and Sadiq Bey was the starter the second game of preseason, and then the first game they went with Herb and DQ. That to me, that when you the new coach and you trying to figure it out and you trying to mix and match and whatnot, I ain't mad. Come game 1, depending on how they battle it out in preseason, I feel like they all should fight for starting position other than Trey and Zion. If I'm being honest,
and probably
like everybody got
maybe.
And I ain't mad with Dejounte being like a pencil in the starter either. Like I'm 100% cool with that. But other than that, I ain't gonna lie. It should come down to production, in my opinion, and what you look like during camp in the preseason, and who plays better, who should get to start or whatever. And then from there, you go based off like rotation and fit and all of that other shit.
I'm just like, yo, y'all got some great comments in the chat. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. We appreciate y'all, man. Let's get it up to 90 likes. We're going to finish watching this film, and then we're going to talk about some of these potential lineups and then some of the other roster construction, because this is a really good conversation. Man, Louisiana girl always starting some shit. I was in it. No, you know what? I got to stop being like this. I don't know what it is.
You got to be more optimistic. Not optimistic from the skill set stand, like not optimistic about what you've seen, just optimistic about the possibilities of what he's been working on.
Shout out to my dog Ross. This is my problem. I feel like every time Derek come up in the starting like situation, in my mind, I think about this is a joke. This is a joke. Like I'm just like, why? Like, what would be the point of this? Like, but we're gonna finish the video and then we're gonna talk about it. Shout out to everybody in the building, man.
The secondary pass, Fierce.
Yeah, that was a good action between Queen, Fierce, and Eve there. Apollo with the midi.
They could go over.
No. Look at Derek. Look at Derek and Hawkins. Look at Derek and Hawkins. Look at Derek and Hawkins. It's 2 of y'all.
Okay.
That's my motherfucking problem. I can't do this, son. No. No. Wait, hold on. Eve is, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What I'm hoping also.
Look at that. Oh my God. No.
What happened? Hold on. Wait, I didn't even watch the beginning.
Watch Gogo walk through Derek. Derek is supposed to be boxing out right here, right? He walks through everybody. Just walk through. Just walk through. It's 3 Pelicans right there. And this dude Goga, not Goga, a motherfucking caveman Neanderthal.
That wasn't strength. They just wouldn't. They just wouldn't paying attention. Let him walk. Now listen, this to me, again, I know rebounding is will and all of that, but that's attention to detail to me that I'm hoping coaching is going to fix to a degree. I'm hoping coaching is going to fix that to a degree because, and this, you know what? Remember when we talked when I was talking about summer league, right? And one of the things that was emphasized, and if you watch last year's summer league and this year's summer league,
yes,
they have better rebounders than they had in this year's summer league, but they rebounded better as a unit.
Yeah, that's the type of shit. Their motor was incredibly better. I think too is because and Fears had a great summer league. I think Derek had, he got injured, of course, but I think they had guys on the team this year who didn't have no guarantees. No. Everybody was playing for their motherfucking life.
Yeah.
They playing for their life.
So what I'm hoping for, and we'll see, because I think that should get you benched. You see how this is the thing I like. You see how Goga was go in there and go get that board. I look at Mosley as mentality. Go in there and go fight for that rebound, as opposed to the Pelicans mentality where you sitting there watching it, not paying attention, as opposed to the mindset being attack every motherfucking rebound. You get what I'm saying? Like that play is like the mental ideology on display right then and there in one play, bro.
I know what frustrates me the most, and I shouldn't even be getting this excited about this, but and look, I apologize to the chat. I should, because I ain't been that annoyed by a play in a long time.
It was
because I ain't been watching no basketball really. But that triggered something too.
I'm glad you triggered by the small stuff. That's what I get triggered by.
Because bro, I had to watch that for 82 fucking games. Like Bree, Louisiana gal, we all was in the chat. I know you used to be in the live chat. It's like, bro, box out. What are you doing? Yeah. Motherfucker just walking through you like you're invisible. Just box out, cuz. And I just this season, bro, I don't got time for my bads. No. I'm just my bad. That was on me. I'm like, no.
It was a lot of that.
Enough. Because to me, like, this being realistic, like, all jokes aside, because some of this is me joking, but all jokes aside, I think even if Derek came into the starting lineup and he was shooting like, let's say he shot 4 threes a game at a relatively decent rate, that's him taking advantage of the opportunities, but it's still not going to be a threat necessarily until you have years of doing it. And that's what anybody.
If what he would have to do, like, your volume as a young player would have to be more like, and I don't know if this is smart, but like he would have to be knocking them bitches down.
He gotta be making like 7 a game.
He gotta hit at minimum in his minutes that he's gonna play and like opportunities, because you ain't gonna shoot that bit every time you on the court, right? Yeah. But he would have to make almost 3 threes a game. Like he'd have to be making like 2 to 3 threes a game for a team to be like, all right, now when he's in the game and he does get an opportunity to shoot, he more than likely knocking them bitches down. Like it would have to be like that, because I don't think he's going to get enough opportunities to get like volume wise 6 of them a game. That's not even really his game unless he just became exclusively a pick and pop player. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting.
To me, the steak just ain't worth the sizzle, though. Like I just can't see it. Like it, even like hypothetically speaking, in the event that Minnesota would have kept Rudy Gobert, I'm sorry, if they would have kept Naz Reid and Rudy got injured, the answer wouldn't have been to start Naz Reid. It would have been like, all right, Behringer, you up.
Well, like, when Rudy missed a stretch and they played.
I mean moving forward. I mean,
all right.
I mean, like this year, not like
you could do. I get what you're saying. You could do it in like you could probably start Derek at the 5 for like a 5-game stretch, a 10-game stretch, or something like that. But I don't think you could say, okay, this the 5 moving forward. You get what I'm saying? Do that make sense?
Yeah,
I think if Yves went down, you ain't gotta say, all right, I'm gonna start DeAndre Jordan. You could say, I could start DQ for 5 games while Yves gets better and then comes back from injury or whatever. Or you start DeAndre Jordan.
Look, I feel like this about a situation like that, especially with young players. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got over 100 people in the building. We only got 66 likes. Let's get the likes up to 80, 90 likes. Let's take a moment, hit the like button. I feel like this with young players. Like Derek can't be the reason you lose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he's still a young guy. So you can't necessarily put the onus on him. If he's at the 5 and he's not doing a great job, it's like, all right, he's not a starting 5. Like he's probably doing the best he can put in that position, but he can't be the reason you win or lose when you still got all these dudes on the roster making $30 million. Like y'all gonna have to like the sum of your parts should be able to survive that. Like, again, that's why I think Sadiq Bey at the 4 would be more palatable than like a lineup with Queen and Zion, because I'm like, and to me, Queen is not good enough offensively for it to like offset the defensive liability. He's not a good offensive player right now. Like, even with the playmaking, it's like, he averaged 3 assists a game. He averaged nearly as many turnovers. So it's just like, what would be just talking like, because I think Trenton had an interesting comment. He mentioned that you would need a playmaking big in the starting 5. And I'm like, to what end? because Zion's on ball, Dejounte's on ball. Let's just say Herb is starting. Herb's off ball, right? And Trey's off ball. I'm trying to see like what I'm gonna kick it to DQ in the post. I'm gonna have DQ operating at the top of the key.
Yep.
We run it like I'm trying to see why would I want to be in that type of half court offense with one advantage creator in the lineup? I just don't really see why would I want to shoot myself in the foot like that starting. And it's not against Derek. This is just like that player archetype wouldn't make sense to me unless it was like an elite level guy that does that.
I told him my thoughts on how they're gonna use or how I would maximize DQ. I don't know if it works with the starters based on what those starters look like just now, but if the idea is to have like for example, in the lineup that we initially started, especially with Dejounte's lack of being able to just like, lack of foot speed, beat people off the dribble, right? Like we was just saying that it would make sense for him to be in more of a catch and shoot role. We want Trey in more of a catch and shoot role. So realistically, like unless you starting Fears or Poole or something like that, you ain't trying to have her create offense. So realistically, your secondary playmaker that would be able to create that is probably DQ. So like example would be, let's say we start with running the offense through Zion, right? Let's say they're running like a Zion Queen pick and roll or pick and pop situation, because it's probably going to be like set the screen. If I could get to the paint, cool. Switch it. If I could come off that side, cool. I drive. I'm either kicking it to Dejounte, Herb, Trey, whatever. But if I throw it back to DQ, I should be able to run like some secondary offense off of DQ, like kicking it back to DQ. So now maybe I could run, a curl, like Trey off a curl off DQ, or maybe I got that secondary lob or something like that. I'm just thinking
I just don't see it, bro. Like I get it. Like me and you, we film watchers, and we've done a bunch of these shows already, and I'm just like, I just don't see all this sharp ass passing. I think he passes like I think he's like Dyson. I think Dyson was a reasonable passer. But
do they have why we in just, I don't know how much time you got. We in film watching mode.
No, we just chilling.
Can you see if they have DQ highlighters of his passing?
Let me see. Shout out to everybody in the building. I'm about to do this search real quick. Make sure y'all hit that like button. And I'm not saying he can't pass. I'm just saying like some of the passes I've seen is just like,
I just want to see. Let's see if we could find it. And it's more so for me, so we can see where a lot of his area of passing comes from. Because pretty much how I managed Mosley to run his offense based off how he was using Wendell Carter, it was either you in the dunker spot, right, or you operating from the top of the key.
Look, they got a video, but I know the Pelicans gonna hate on me. They got a video. I think, they're gonna hate.
The Pels video.
Yeah, it say his first 100 NBA assists. So I'm bitches gonna hate on me. And like the reason, they got some bounce pass highlights. I don't know if that's
maybe. I mean, I think it is.
I'll use this. I'll use this one. Right. And we spoke about this before. And shout out to everybody in the building, man. We appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all sending in some great comments. I'm like, well, again, if it's not in the secondary role, where would I need that necessarily? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like, I want the ball in Zion, Fears, begrudgingly in Dejounte's hands almost at all times. And Dejounte and Queen are like prone, like turnover prone at this stage.
Yeah.
It's like,
see, this is the issue. If you start Queen, you either gotta start another big or you gotta start another guard. I think Herb is the one that fucked the lineup up if you start in Queen.
Well, now this is the real, I guess the real question here. What would you say Herb does well?
It should be defend.
He's an elite defender, right? For his especially for his position, elite defender.
Yeah.
What would you say Derek does tangibly well, right? And you probably would say pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, let's say he does pass, like let's say he passed extremely well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I'm not running my offense through him and my goal is to get downhill, why would I feature that type of player? Like, or like, why would I? Well, I guess the better question is, why would I feature a non-advantage creator in my starting unit?
Here's the question: and this is the question about his skill. Is his passing already like good enough to where, let's say you bank on it being like a base level, right? You have to add something to the you still a rookie or you're a second year player. So like you can't come back as what you were last year. You have to add something to your game, or you have to become better at whatever it was that you were doing. So like if I'm DQ,
oh my bad,
no, you good.
My bad.
You good. If I'm DQ, does he add the shooting this year, or does he add becoming a better rebounder? So like I just need to know whatever second year DQ adds to himself to make him okay. Like now, let's say he became a viable rebounder, right? Let's say he becomes a viable 10 rebound per game guy.
Yeah.
Not saying he will or won't, but if he were, now are you being like, well, fuck, if he could get 10 rebounds a game, then maybe I'm looking at something different.
It would have like, because last year, for example, I think he averaged about 8. But it's just, I hate go back to this game, but it's just like when you talk about Baron J versus Derek in the final game of the season, and you like, man, Derek had like a 30 and 20 game or whatever
22,
it was, like
30 and 22.
Awesome stat line.
Oh, not DeWine Blair. Jeez,
I remember DeWine Blair.
I remember DeWine Blair.
DeWine Blair was like,
that's why I said that's a great name. That's a great name too.
Right.
Damn.
So I'm like, my thing is, all right, he averaged 7. Let's just say, to me, he averaged 7 without being an incredibly effective rebounder. Because he averaged 7, but he left like 6, 7 offensive boards on the table. Because, like we just saw the Goga Batase thing, he just a little aloof at times, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, if you averaging 7, but you giving up 7, and you not really a threat offensively, like, and I don't want to get hung up on Derek, but it's like you average 3 assists and 2 turnovers. You spend a majority of your time on the court with the ball in your hands. So just being a big man or just being a center, one would think that, man, you're gonna fall into like 5 fucking rebounds. Like you got the ball in your hand the majority of the time, you're gonna fall into like 5 assists. But keep in mind, Pelicans don't have a ton of 3-point shooters. The guys who can take advantage of Derek's passing. I would have to see what his potential assist averages were, but I just don't see it, because like I don't know. Like, let's check out DQ's film and some of the passing though. Now I do remember this game versus Dallas. The Pelicans should have won this game. We led by double digits going to the 4th.
Oh, Murphy running the floor. Queen wants it. Double team. Yep. And stay with it. Shot clock going down.
Good pass, but I don't like him dribbling in the double. Personally.
He's up to 20 to lead San Antonio now. And the backdoor run.
Pause it. Go back for a second. Go back to that play specifically.
To the bounce pass right here?
Yeah, but mute the what you call it. I just don't want.
Oh, my bad. No, yeah. Hate on us. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, but you
fair
see where
use,
he's
fair, this is fair use. Go ahead.
Right. You see where he operating though, and he threw a bounce. He threw a bounce pass, but I just expect like that's where he throws a lot of like these.
It's always at the top of the key. Yeah.
But those plays, the back cuts and all of that. So I imagine most of his offense is gonna come off of plays like this, but this is like the secondary offense. So let's say I run the pick and roll with Zion, which is what I think they're gonna try, and then after that initial action, I kick it back to DQ. These will be the kinds of plays that you see. And remember, he had a lot of the easy again, this is the wing, but plays like that. Like, I think that's what they're hoping to get from DQ. And look what screen pop there, plays like those. That's what they're going to try to maximize DQ opening up the roster, in my opinion.
I just look at so many of these efforts, and because this is really what it boils down to, right? I'm gonna go back. Now, again, you don't win or lose because of Derek. Derek's a fucking rookie, right? Pelicans trailing here, right? That's 1. Pelicans trailing here by 10. That's 2. All right. Okay.
We trailed a lot though, so we lost a lot of games.
Yeah, we lost a lot of games, right? Pelicans trailing here. That's 3.
That is the Spurs twice,
right? I mean, I think this game went to overtime.
That's the second game of the season.
Pelicans trailing here. That's 4. We might have won this game.
Might have won that game.
We walked them down. Pelicans trailing. That's 4. Pelicans trailing here. That's 5. Right, by 24. They beat the fuck out of us. Damn, look at
that ain't on DQ.
Look, he a rookie. It ain't on him, right? No. But what I'm saying is, this play style is not it doesn't seem like it leads to winning in particular. That's why I said the Pelicans trailing here. That's 6. We end up winning this game though. I remember this game. We end up winning this game. This was Borrego's first win, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, I think this was Willie's first win. If I'm not
mistaken. Willie. This might be Willie's first win. Pelicans trailing here by 20. That's 7.
Spurs again.
That might have been the same game. So I'll just say 6. That might be the same game. I think we won this one. Fuck off me. Pelicans trailing here, then that's 7.
I think we came back in this game. This one, I think we came back.
I think we came back wearing white. Pelicans, I don't know what date this is. If this is New Year's, then we lost this game. But that's 7 games so far. Pelicans in the lead here. We end up losing this game. But, so we still at 7. It's still at 7.
I think that's the same game.
Though. Yeah, these games with Spurs win great because they only gonna wear them like these alternates every so often. So we had 7 games. This might be the end of the video. We went into overtime this game. I'm just like some of the. It's just like
again. I can't. So let me say this. I can't blame us being down in a lot of these games on Derek in this because again, Borrego was off.
But see, my thing is like not that blaming it on Derek. I'm just saying that play style, unless you're an elite offensive player, is not beneficial to winning. It's just a slow, methodical. It ain't like
I think if that's if that's your initial offense, then it's like, okay, what are we doing? But if we talking about again, we paint, touching, and kicking, but this is my secondary something, so I got something to kind of go to, then it's not necessarily an issue because it just has it's your plan B when I'm not, because it's actually plan C, to be honest, because to me, plan A is paint, touch, kick. Plan B is Dejounte pick and roll. Plan C is kick it to DQ. Well, kick it to somebody, maybe create, but then it's throw it to DQ and see if you could get somebody off the cut. So it's like, if we talking about your third option, or he's running that against the second unit, I don't think it's like I get the vision of what it is you're trying to do and like where you're playing him.
I just keep coming back to what you doing the majority of your time on the court? Like if that, that's gonna be like the question. That's why I hope they don't do it, because it's not an indictment on Derek, it's an indictment on utilization. That's why I keep saying that. Like, I would just rather the ball be in the hands of an advantage creator, because I already don't have enough shooters. I need to collapse the defense and create other advantages for guys to take it, I take advantage of those opportunities. So if I play Derek
when the season start, bro.
If I got Derek at the top of the key, I need somebody to run screens. I need guys to cut effectively. I need to draw the rim protector out so he can defend Derek at the top of the key. Because a lot of these games also happened before there was film on Derek. So now that you know how the player plays, what are we going to do here? Is it going to be a ball stopping situation? Am I throwing him a hot potato at the end of the clock? It's going to be interesting. Shout out to Mike.
His development matters a lot, and what he is going to be able to do based off how people played him as well. So that's why it's so exciting, in my opinion, to see like what year 2 for him and Fizz look like moving forward. Because again, I don't know. Like I just don't know what it is you're going to. And that's another thing with like, if we had Willie Green or if we had Borrego, I think it would be a lot easier to predict what you're going to fucking do. I just have no clue what
they're going to do with that situation.
Like what am I going to prioritize, or what am I going to emphasize? I'm like, yo, bro, you got, like, if they're going to say, yo, you got to shoot that. Like, I just, you don't know.
I know what he better not do. I'll say that. I what your boy say on Harlem Nights? I'm gonna shoot these motherfuckers. I just bet not crap. I just bet not. Hey boy, you better, man. They better not go ahead and if they go into battle with that plan and we got so little margin for error, man. Just don't do it. Just don't do
it. They
might
do it early so they can punt on it. I'm not saying you can afford to, but I'm just wondering. I'm wondering how they gonna approach the season.
I think the best utilization for Derek is operating off the second unit, or he would have to totally just change how he plays. And I think it's unfair to play even in the NBA. If you're not a star, you're gonna play a role.
Yeah, so, it ain't unfair at all.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like if I'm Derek, I'm like, well, why'd you draft me? Like, why? If this is how I play, why'd you draft me? Like, and I just don't see any world that works in for a player who isn't like a super elite passer or defender or just offensive engine. Like Draymond is Hall of Fame level defender and rebounder and things of that nature. Hall of Fame role player. Yeah. It's just tough to see that working. And they signed Jordan Poole to a two-way. I don't think he did enough in the summer league to earn a guaranteed contract. They also probably want to keep that last roster spot open. I know Michael Peavy got a guaranteed, and he got injured in summer league, but he had last summer league, he got a guaranteed contract out the gates. God bless you too, Denzel Allen. Appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely, bro.
God bless you, Denzel.
Appreciate you, dog, for sure.
So I wanted to take a look at some of Jeremiah Fears' tape moving forward, because to me, this is one of the more relevant players on the roster. Not saying anyone we mentioned before isn't relevant; they're all relevant, but like.
I'm so interested to see what he does because his game, his tape is so different from like beginning of the season to the end of the season. Like, and he had multiple different iterations of like himself, because from fucking preseason to the first couple games, he was getting to the mode of, oh, I'm the scorer off the bench. Then it was like, oh, we need you to start. And then it was like, we need you to run the team. Then it was like, well, we kind of need you to score. Then he like finally went back to the bench. And then it was like, all right, go back to scoring off the bench. Oh, but we also need you to start playmaking. So like he went through like so many different.
And he learned the most difficult play. He learned the most difficult position in the NBA. Like he was starting by game 3. So I mean, last year, if you want to look at some of his numbers, another guy who's not nothing. I think he averaged the same amount. Am I off? No, they both averaged 3 rebounds. I think Derek averaged like 3.7. He averaged 3.4.
Assist,
assist. I was like, what the fuck? But so wasn't incredibly efficient last year. Again, smoked a lot of layups. 3-point
shooting. Let me ask you this. We had this great conversation on Pels in the Building. Shout out to everybody that was in that. If you could have DQ and Fears improve on one thing this season, what would it be for you?
For me, for Derek, it'll be motor. probably motor and like maybe I'll just say motor. For fears, it'll be I want to say finishing at the rim, but I think that'll come naturally. I'll just say shooting. I'll say shooting.
That's crazy. So like for me, for DQ, it was rebounding, which I think plays to motor. I'm like, bro, you just gotta be a fucking rebounder no matter what. It helps everything else. And for fears, it was absolutely finishing. Because initially I wanted to say shooting as well, but I'm like, bro, if you could finish at the rim and how easily you get to the paint, like it just changes so much of how teams have to play and guard. But go ahead.
The reason I say shooting is because for a small guard, like even like Zion is an elite finisher at the rim. But if Zion was like 6'10", he would be Giannis offensively.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just like the fucked up part. Because as a small guard, the way Fears plays, how fast he is, he's going to get free throws. And he's not like super duper athletic, right? So for him, he's going to have to find more ways to score.
Yes.
Because he's not going to be an above the rim threat. And as of right now, he doesn't have the touch around the rim. I do think I'll say this as well. I do think guys get better in the NBA, of course, but I also think sometimes your skill sets just are what they are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Zion can get better at shooting. He can shoot more, but it's like my skill set is I was an elite finisher in college.
If you watch them dudes, they've been doing the same. They play the same way they've been playing since they've been kids. It's just better at.
It's like sometimes the ball just go in more or it doesn't. Because it's like when you see a motherfucker like who's shooting, and shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Let's get the likes up to 100. We appreciate all y'all in here. Like when you see a guy who can't shoot in the NBA, it's not because he's not working on it.
Yeah,
Mitchell Robinson works on shooting free throws every fucking day. I'm sure every day of his life he is shooting free throws. I'm sure, but it's just like I'm just not good at it. Like that's just, I'm just not good at it. Like Shaq had a court in his house. Besides the partying and the bullshit and the bitches, I'm sure Shaq was shooting them free throws, thousands. Just because he's like, what else I need to work on? If I can shoot free throws, like. I'm amazing everywhere else, like in the post and shit. So, and defensively. So I'm sure these dudes putting the work in. I just think sometimes players, they're not necessarily who they are, but you just got to maximize what they already do well. I think for Fears, it's just like, to me, he don't got to necessarily be an elite finisher. It's just, later in the season, to Ron's point, Fears did not want to pass the ball early. But as the season progressed, I'm like, not only are you passing the ball well, you're not turning it over. Like
he definitely brought the assist to turnover ratio down. Yeah, like it was better.
And you ended the season on a high note. You hit the ground running, etc. And you just saw like the buy-in was there with the second unit more. And he played. I think, like to your point, he played 25 minutes this past year. He probably gonna play about
28, 30,
about 28 this year at least, right? And then you have him working with Sham God, who works with elite guards. I just think the ask and the upside there, I've seen more what's the word I'm looking for? Glimpses of the upside there versus like the downside. But the reality of the situation is it's an undersized guard.
Harder to get back.
Bitch, is you stupid? Is you stupid? Suggs, sit down. Sit your ass down. Nice two-man game right there between him and Yves. Oh, behind him. Oh, my God.
See, bro, they can't, like, I look at it this way. Kyrie could shoot the motherfucking ball. Don't
look at Carlo wide open in that right corner. Carlo,
he ain't, listen, Fear's going to get his buckets.
Yeah, he was
going to get his shots. But I'm looking at it like, dog, the way that dude get to the paint, if he ain't got to be Kyrie at finishing, but if he can get like a Trey Young level floater, you get what I'm saying? Or just anytime he get to the paint, like you damn near gotta step out and make him a shooter. Because he was shooting the mid-range. You know what I mean? He went to his catch and shoot threes weren't bad.
Yo, shout out to the Dakari. I'm sorry to interrupt you, bro. The Dakari, to me, this was the game where I really felt like, yeah, Fear's that guy, bro.
The New York
versus
game?
the Knicks.
He was
versus the Knicks. This dude, look, and shout out to Lonnie. Lonnie said the same thing. Versus the Knicks. This is when I've been knew it, but this when I knew Borrego was throwing these games allegedly. So I knew this nigga had a draft.
You know when else Fear showed he was legit? Game 1, though, against Memphis.
Oh yeah, versus Ja. He had some big moments versus Ja.
He let you know, dog. I'm a hooper at the end of the day. I'm a hooper. He was coming off the bench trying to get bucket, the layup at the end of the quarter. Like, dude got heart, bro. Dude got heart.
My thing is this, bro. This is like, I hate comparing basketball to football, but like in football, you got skill positions, but the guys who make the money are the quarterbacks. It's a passing sport. Running backs don't really get paid like that no more. It's a passing sport.
Yeah.
The NBA, you gotta be at elite at something, and some of them things won't keep you in the league. Like, it'll be hard for Dennis Rodman to stay in the league right now. Like, a coach would have to fall in love with him, right? But he had an elite motor, elite rebounder.
Yeah.
Fears has an elite motor. He has elite speed. So those two things will
the ball handle is elite too.
And the handle is crazy, and it's only getting better, right? So that's why I'm like, for the guys who do, like, if he was an elite athlete like Russell Westbrook, he would be out of this world. He would be out of this world if he was an elite athlete. But like he's another guy who struggled to finish in college at the rim. In the NBA, you saw him struggle, like even wide open struggle.
That's why I say I hope. That's why I hope that improves the most.
Yeah, because if that improves,
like
you talking about an extra 6.6 to 7 or 6 to 8 points.
If he improves the finishing around the rim by year 3, bro, he like a 22 to 23 point scorer. In my opinion,
I can absolutely see that. Shout out to Zell. He said Fears is what we hope Kyra Lewis would be. You know what's crazy? To me, only thing Fears Kyra ever had was elite speed. I never thought Kyra was like a particularly skilled basketball player. He could bust my ass on the court. He dropped 50 points on me. I just didn't think he was a particularly elite basketball player. Like, you know, but shout out to Kyra. He's still pushing out. Hope he find a role somewhere.
Another thing too, when we talk about like Fears and college, just like, bro, you also got to give him the benefit. Like, he is small, like a smaller guard, but like when he started college, he was a year younger than everybody.
That's another thing as well.
And he was the man on that Oklahoma team. And then by the time they got the SEC play, he was a motherfucking dog. Like, he was dogging the SEC. To where you was like, okay, he was out there getting 30s against everybody.
I see Jeremiah Fears being utilized, like going back to the original theme of the show. I see Jeremiah Fears getting utilized a lot like Anthony Black. Anthony Black was picking up full court. He was essentially a 6th starter. So if you do utilize
pulling that,
like if we do utilize Derek in more of a Wendell Carter Jr. role. My God, that was cold,
bro.
Is that Filipowski? No, that wasn't my dog, Filipowski. I don't think.
Under the screen, don't worry about it.
Precious Achua was killing the Pelicans.
I'm shooting that. Hesitate.
Bitch, you guessed it. Fears was incredible in New York last year. Downhill. What you doing? Suggs, go sit down. I keep telling you, go sit down, Suggs.
You see how they gotta initially try to take. If you too close, bro.
Look at that separation. Oh my God.
I'm going to the paint. If you too close, I'm getting to the paint. You gotta play a step off.
It's the fight. I don't know why y'all even included this. It wasn't a fight, but it's the shoving. Look, I'm telling you, I think he was gonna get stronger anyway. But I forgot dude's name, bro, that played for the Nuggets. When that dude punked Chris Paul in the postseason, that's why Chris Paul went and gained all that weight and got like big. And
when they played,
his name started with
Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, when they played Chauncey
them, and
I think they
50'd them.
I think Lou Dort made Fears go gain all that weight. Oh my God, Baron J, go sit down. It's 2 of y'all.
Run to the screen if you want. I'm shooting that.
Look, I like Suggs. I wish Suggs was on the team. I like Suggs.
I don't wish Suggs was on the team.
Suggs just I like Suggs because Suggs is like the word I could use to describe Jalen Suggs, like animalistic.
Go under the screen if you want, bro. Listen, you gotta go under the screen.
Was this the 40 game?
Elite.
40-point game, I think. Look at that.
You go under the screen, I'm pulling it too, but you gotta go under the screen because if you chase me over the top, it's a layup.
Nice pass by Yves. Oh, nice reverse finish there. Oh, Paulo, what you gonna do, Paulo? What you gonna do, Paulo? Absolutely nothing.
Gotta finish at the rim, dog.
Gotta finish at the rim. Suggs a future Derek White variant. I could absolutely see that.
Ooh, he got to get that 3-point shooting up.
Because I'll tell you one thing.
Derek White used to be a scorer in San Antonio too.
Yeah, but you know, it's like if you don't, nice bank shot. If you don't, if you're not an elite player or star, you gotta find a role. And that's what it's all about. Like Jeff Teague had to find a role, bro.
Jimmy. What the fuck you gonna do? Yeah, what you gonna do? Yeah, you too.
And it's like, you know, funny. Yeah, something crazy.
That dude gonna dog. Listen, bro, I'm so excited. That dude gonna be starting before the season over. I'm calling it.
Hey, I'd be happy with that, especially if it means you traded old Dejounte and them. Hopefully,
before the season over.
They got a couple players on the roster, in my opinion, bro, that like if they're playing big minutes, something went terribly wrong. And Fears isn't one of them. So, like, to me, there's a couple guys that signal like, damn, if this person playing a lot of minutes, that means we didn't pull the plug.
No,
nice flow. His floater was coming along too.
Yeah, his floater did. You know what I wish, bro? I ain't gonna lie. When we talk about like the center position, and maybe somebody like Sabonis makes this more realistic. But if you had like a Rudy Gobert, bro, you could start Fierce easily.
If you had Baron J, you could start Fierce.
Because I don't have to play a defensive
wing
forward. Like I don't have to think about her. Like or I could not just that. I could say, give me Fears, Dejounte, Trey, and
nice
Z,
finish.
And then put 4 offensive players on the court because I know my center is just and like I like Baron J, but I ain't starting Baron J under those circumstances either. Like it gotta be like Rudy, like somebody who, you know what I mean, fucking proven anchor. Yeah, Derek. Yeah, fucking hands up.
Stand up to Dylan, isn't it? Dylan, bro. I wish Dylan Brooks was on this team, though. I just said that about 5 motherfuckers. I wish Dylan Brooks was on that team. You know what? Like, and shout out to my homie Ryan. He said they just don't want to piss Dejounte and Herb off. My thing, and that's why, bro. Even with like whether it's Fears, Queen, anybody outside of Zion and Trey, bro, I don't think anyone should be guaranteed a starting spot. No, I would say Dejounte just based on if y'all got like a wink deal like behind the scenes, but I think no one should be guaranteed a starting spot because no one besides Zion to an extent, Trey and Sadiq Bey delivered last year.
Yeah,
like no one. I mean, I don't count the rookies, but you know what I'm saying. Like as far as the vets, those 3 are the ones that delivered last year. Those guys should have like carte blanche with the minutes. Yeah. Those guys, I don't preferential treatment, in my opinion.
I don't feel like the rookies, which would be second-year players, I don't feel like they have to start. At the same time, like I understand a world where like Sadiq Bey got a legitimate argument. Is like, yo, like Herb shouldn't just be penciled in. Like he got to see me as to who, you know what I mean? As to who get the opportunity to start. Like he got a legitimate case to say I should be starting, or even if I'm not starting, I should definitely be closing these games and getting majority of the minutes because starting ain't necessarily the biggest deal. Some people feel whatever about it, but am I playing in the 4th quarter and closing games? That's what I care about too.
So we had a couple other segments we wanted to address. As far as, for one, going into the season, maybe potentially a guy that could be available mid-season if things are going right. Because we know what's going to happen if things are going wrong. But if things are going right, who could potentially be available mid-season? I think one person, and this is a weird situation, is like Jimmy Butler, but we gonna talk about
never come here. You know, Jimmy will let it be known where he coming, and he 55 mil too.
My thing is this: I don't want you to join. I want you to be this expiring. Like I want to, if Fierce has usurped the starting point guard position, and I'm like, well, bro, you got 30 million on your books. I need to move off of. I'm gonna try to find
use a Dejounte, to be honest.
I'm gonna try to find some kind of way where I can move off of that salary for next year, and I can have my
50. Books. You sending him and Herb?
Yeah. If Herb's still on the roster, yeah.
So you send Dejounte and Herb for Jimmy and tell Jimmy don't play? We must be terrible.
He can play if he wants to. But what I'm saying in that regard, like if Fears has usurped the starting point guard position, because I already just don't anticipate much from Herb for us. I think Herb is replaceable. But let's just say he has an excellent year. If I can send those guys out and get like some picks for some usable players who are under contract for next year, and y'all really want to like give Steph Curry this last hoorah, y'all got guys y'all can carry over into the next season. Start over. We got Fierce, we got Zion, we got Trey, we got whoever we bringing in. Jimmy, you could fall off the books. Poole, you could fall off the books. And I'm spending big bread. I'm acting a fool.
80 million.
I'm acting a fool
in the offseason.
And then even if I don't necessarily have that cap space available to sign guys, or I don't have the market necessarily available to sign guys, the goal for the Pelicans this year is the play-in, bro. If the Pelicans make the play-in, if they sneak into the playoffs, great. If they make the play-in, they won, because you were just successful enough with a rough roster. You're going into the offseason with a chance at a lottery pick, and you're going to have some money cleared off the books. If the Pelicans make the 8th seed somehow, which I think is very possible, 7, 8 seeds, very possible, especially if you get a real center, or I'm not a real center because I don't want to be insulting. If you get another rotational center and some shooting, I think it's very possible, because I think we went down this roster and kind of saw that you kind of only missing a little bit here and there. And if you're a fan of Dejounte, him playing, that should be good for a couple wins. Mosley, who I think is a cool coach, is good for some wins. Like Herb was probably going to play better. Zion's going to play better if he's here. If Trey's here, he's going to have another good season, I presume. Sadiq Bey is going to be fine. So I think depth-wise, you're okay. You're just missing 2 ingredients that can help push you over the edge. And if you're surviving, if you're treading water, doing well during that period, and you got an opportunity to say, wait a minute, the foundation is in place. We was right. It's February. We not no championship team. We not that. We just
would you pull the plug?
I wouldn't pull the plug, but I don't consider moving. Dejounte would have to be playing great for me not to trade him. And even in that scenario, I'm still trading him, because Fears is starting, in my opinion, by year 3. Herb to me is just inconsequential, and I mean that respectfully. But I need to clear that money. If I could clear that money for next year, next year, Herb and Dejounte combined for $50 million. If them boys, if I could clear that money, son, I could act a fool. No, that's so much money away from the tax line. I could take on more salary. I could do via trade. Even if guys don't want to join New Orleans, I could just be like, all right, trade them into my cap space. Give me a second. I'll take that contract. I can do so much, bro. Here's
a scenario. Here's a question, I guess, because if we play out that scenario, because you kind of gotta be think about like the veteran player too. So let's say that they're like trade deadline coming up, and Dejounte is playing well, Herb's playing well. Everybody, let's assume not great, but everybody's playing well enough to where you like 8 seed. Let's say you 8 seed, right? And because you know how the season go, bro. 8 from 8 to like 13 in the West be like a game or two, something like that, where you could be anywhere.
Yeah.
And then trade deadline come up while y'all still battling, and they say, all right, look, we're gonna take Dejounte and Herb, get rid of them for a player that's possibly not gonna play. Or like, how do you think that goes over with like the Zion and trades of the world? Like, how would you navigate that?
Shout out to the homie Jess in the building, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Well, I'll say, look, you got to keep the bigger picture in mind, because this is about the bigger picture, right? And I'm not necessarily saying Jimmy couldn't play or that it had to be Jimmy. It could be Sabonis. It could be anyone in this scenario.
I just clearing the space, because when you mentioned the $80 million of space, I got excited.
Look, I'm not clearing the space in that scenario, but what I'm doing is I'm addressing a need that I got to address desperately. Whereas moving forward, what Herb and Dejounte do, in my opinion, won't really be a need anymore. Like, because if you still need Dejounte after this upcoming season, that means the Fizz thing ain't really developed. And now we got different questions, right? So that's why I'm like, well, if I could get this to work, clear some space, and if I still need Herb moving forward, then this, like, what are we doing here? Like, everything that went wrong. And I don't mean that as a knock to Herb, but just like, come on.
I also feel like in that same example, in that scenario, let's say you made that move and Jimmy was willing to play, even if he coming off the injury. I don't think Golden State do that, but let's just say Jimmy was willing to play. Now for the rest of that season, that's an upgrade.
Jimmy Butler is like,
Jimmy Butler, like, even old Jimmy, whatever you say. All right, look, for the rest of the season, Jimmy, Trey, Zion, like, because, and you don't do it. You do not fucking do this. But Jimmy gonna be like, y'all gonna give me this bread? Because Jimmy bought his money.
Oh, Jimmy boy, you out of here. Jimmy.
No, I'm just saying Jimmy gotta play to get his money.
Yeah, because Jimmy, even if he's auditioning for the next team,
you gotta play. So, like, for example, Trey Young went to Washington, and it was like, I'm getting the extension, right? Like, I'm getting the money.
Yeah, like, what's up?
Which is why he went. So I'm not saying you cannot extend no motherfucking Jimmy Butler, but in that scenario, right, where let's say you do it just to make the space for Fizz, and now you're like, all right, well, shit, look, we got Fizz, Jimmy, Trey, Z, and Eve starting or whatever. Jimmy immediately becomes, well, I don't know what he's gonna look like off the knee, but like, historically, Jimmy is your best player. Well,
bro,
best player, second best player.
I hate to cut you off. I hate to cut you off. You had your three best players in the action just now. If Zion is still with the Pelicans this year, if
Willie Green offense,
if Trey, if Jordan Poole, if those three guys are still with the Pelicans this year, because we don't know. Yep. I think you have to utilize some of your most dangerous scorers in the actions together. Bam. Bro. Your three best players touch the ball here. Zion gets downhill. Nice screen. Well, Sadiq missed the screen. It didn't matter because then Wemby soft. Fuck out of here.
Zion paint touch. I'm donks.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Pelicans should have won this game, bro.
That was a Herb Jones over 8 game.
Pelicans should have won this game.
Bro, again, listen. With Zion, though, in them first couple games where they actually were playing Poole and Trey and everybody, you lost the first 2. Both games was in OT, if I'm not mistaken, right? Didn't they lose to Memphis in overtime? Or
they lost to Memphis in regulation. Ja hit a big bucket.
So I mean, Ja put it like, so you were winning the first game.
You was winning the second game at home.
You was winning the second game.
You was winning this game right here on the screen. Yes. You was winning this game.
And then you decide, see where they're using Queen at? but then you decide to bench Poole.
I feel like, well, I don't, the thing with this, again, like,
season, bro.
If all three of those guys are here, Zion especially, then I'm just hoping that they utilize the most dangerous players in the actions, even if one of those players is Jeremiah Fizz. There's guys who are a real threat offensively to put up buckets at a somewhat efficient number. But I will say this, like, to pivot a little bit. So we spoke about Jimmy Butler potentially. If they don't move Domantas Sabonis this offseason, that'll be something to keep an eye on as well. The Jalen Duren situation is crazy, bro. Like, if Jalen
signed a qualifying offer, do not be surprised
if Jalen Duren signs a qualifying offer, or even if he gets an extension and they can trade him in like January or this. I can see December, that situation. Huh? It depends on when he signed. Like, depending on how late in the offseason you sign.
Gotcha.
Like,
I can see the Pelicans making a play for it.
if depending on the number he's at, bro, if he's disgruntled by January, that would be a guy that I wouldn't be shocked that's on the move. Some other people, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Jazz. I feel like the Jazz are going with a center by committee approach. If I could find a way to get Filipowski, I was talking
about Filipowski too. You know what I thought about earlier? They don't make enough. Is there a way to get Filipowski and Isaiah Collier? Because if I could get those two, like
I don't know if you got nothing to offer.
Not enough. Like they'd have to, like you could do, because they only make like $6 million total.
I'm interested in, if I apologize for that because I know this new mic is kind of loud. I'm interested in if Filipowski starts this year. Because he filled in last year. He did well last year. Oh my God. This motherfucker, Carlo, boy. Carlo can run up.
Goga can't do that.
Who that? Goga?
Goga can't do that. Who else was they back? Like that's Jamal Cain damn near.
Whoa, that level of deal, bro. I remember this game. Yo, shout out to the homie Chris Crisp. This game versus Cleveland right here was the second night of a back-to-back. The Pelicans had won the first end. This was on that winning streak they was on prior to the end of the year, right? And Chris Crisp said he spoke to Zion prior to this game. He said it on the interview, so I'm sure he don't mind me sharing this. He spoke to Zion prior to this game, and Zion was like, what I'm gonna do about Cleveland? And Chris was like, what you mean? He was like, well, I normally don't play back-to-backs. Like, they don't let me play back-to-backs. And he was like, man, you can play. You're fine. You can play. He was like, you think so? He like, yeah, you can play. You're fine. He went out there and played. We lost the game, but he played very well in the second night of a back-to-back.
Yep.
So if he's here this year, I hope that we see more opportunity like this. Again, second night of a back-to-back, lowest usage. Yeah, Sam Merrill. I like Sam Merrill, though. Crazy.
I like Sam Merrill too. That's another Sam Hauser type player.
Yeah, Sam Hauser, Max Strus type. Just this. And this is a game we were in. We had an opportunity to win this game, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. To me,
they led. Is that the game that they led? No, this is not the game.
No, now that was at home. The one at home led most of the game,
and they fucking let Donovan Mitchell and James Harden
just walk them down, bro. Like that's
Harden
what I'm saying.
Was terrible that game too, bro, and just
that's what I say as far as like that was a sign of things to come for Harden too. That's crazy. But
paint touch. You see, he's cutting off the corner.
Look at future Pelican Nick Richards getting scored on right there. Damn, Nick.
Yeah, he had to dump off the Yves.
Yeah, him and Yves talking shit. Yves played with some attitude too. Like that's why, but so we talked about Jimmy. We talked about a couple of other guys. What's another name that you think could potentially be available at the deadline? Well, not the deadline, but mid-season, like a buyer's move if you're the Pelicans, because we already know what selling looks like.
Somebody from Orlando, Franz.
We led this entire game versus the Knicks into the fourth quarter. You're gonna see Zion hit a midi.
Captain Jalen get the cutting up in the fourth quarter too. Every game against the Knicks, he walk us down, bro.
And every that's game, why to me, bro,
he do it to everybody. He do it to everybody. But so you can't even be mad that it was us because Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter, he the best fourth quarter player in the league.
But see, that's my thing, and that's why I feel like OG Anunoby is a solid defender, solid to good defender. I don't give a when it's at the end of the game, defense don't matter.
No,
like it don't matter how hard you punch if a nigga got a pistol. You need somebody that can shoot back.
Yeah,
it's nobody you putting on Jalen at the end of the game. It's nobody you really like. You gonna quadruple team.
They
Zion.
Put Castle. Castle was great defending until Jalen Brunson just was like,
it's time to.
They better send some help because you can't fuck with me.
The thing with Zion that I will say is that I feel like at the end of the game, the things he needs to tighten up is his handle. Now that's something that he could be beneficial with working with Sham Guy, tightening up the handle, maybe get some ball hog gloves. Shout out to ball hog gloves. But like it's almost, in my opinion, I wonder at the end of the games, do you make sure that you're using Zion in a two-man action? Because so many times last season and since Zion been here, just like, well, go ahead, Zion, make it happen.
No,
and it's like,
not.
And it's like, bro, I need a screen or something.
Can I get a screen at least?
I got 3 motherfuckers guarding me. Can you bring Trey over here so we at least got another option? Can somebody curl? so I could kick it to them maybe for a midi. Like, you know, it's just a lot of times where it's just like, all right, this is not an advantageous position for a guy.
This ain't gonna be no 1-4 flat offense, bro. They do run a lot of like 5 out, but at the end in the games, you getting the screen.
Like, bro, we were in all of these games. Like, that's the frustrating thing. Oh, like we were in all of these games, bro. That's why that's
insane, bro.
That's why to me it's not talent, bro. Like, to me, talent isn't the issue. To me, well, it is a part of the issue. I'm not saying that it isn't whatsoever, but I think that a lot of times it's execution, it's late game execution, the ability to extend leads. Like a lot of times, bro, going into the fourth quarter, we might be up 10. And you might have 3 or 4 possessions in a row the way you taking a bad shot, you turning the ball over, Zion or Trey don't touch the ball. Is there something stupid happening? And it's like, I can't extend the lead. If you can't extend the lead, then you're losing the room for error that you created for yourself. Like 7 minutes, like, bro, last year, it was the same pattern. 7 minutes in the fourth quarter, all right, here come Derek.
Team time to tighten up. Here come turn up the defense.
Here come Derek, here come Herb, and there go to run. Like everybody on the opposing team lock in. The Pelicans just start doing weird shit. It's been an issue a lot of times.
Though. That's an insane play just to be able to.
Bro, a co-athlete.
Missed it.
bro, a co-athlete with an incredible second jump. This is another game. Now, this to me was one of her worst games of the season, bro.
It's the Lakers game.
It's the Lakers game, bro.
Yeah.
This one were her. This is another game we could have won, bro. This was a very bad game for the like. And that's what I'm saying, bro. You're in it versus look at that arena, bro. Is that a packed arena to you? Let's look at the middle,
bro. It's only the lower. They only show the lower bowl, bro.
Because the top is empty. Look,
it's bare. Yes, bro.
That's why it's like. That's why I said on the show, on the Spaces last night. It's like, bro, when the arena looked like that, they darken the top of the arena so you can't tell that it's empty. Like the attendance was down across the board. So like, shout out to everybody that support this show, but ain't nobody showing up to support no bad team. Like you know,
even when your team is good, bro.
Like even when they've been good, look,
like,
and it was 80% Lakers fans, bro.
No, it's bro, that shit is the worst, the worst feeling when you in the building and the opposing crowd is out. You know what I mean?
I didn't been
your team.
I didn't been in that situation.
This is another thing too, where like even when the team is.
I apologize. Yo, we almost at 100 likes. We're at like 88 likes. Let's push it. We could get across 100 like benchmark. Let's hit that 100 like goal. Shout out to everybody in the building. Nice finish through contact right there. Go ahead, L. I apologize.
Nah, you good, bro. I think about like when you go to these games, even when the team is good, right? On a Tuesday against Atlanta, even if you win it, people not coming to the game. On Thursday versus Toronto, people not coming to the game. People need like so that. And I remember going to games during the 49 win season. The only games that people came to is our Laker game. People showing Golden State. People might show up because I want to see Steph Curry, right? Or the game to get in the playoffs, something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like the game's got to have stakes for people to come to, which is why when Brandon said, and fuck him for it, but when he said in Toronto, hey man, no matter what, these people are at the game, like the arena is always packed. Yes, that make a difference. That make a difference. Bro, it's never packed. It's never packed. Just because you have, and shout out to like Pels fans, they do a great job of, even if it's not packed, like when you in there, they're going to cheer. So like, and they, you know what I mean? They could get relatively loud. We do a good job of supporting the team. So that's why it seems like when you in the games, it's still a really good atmosphere. But imagine if that bitch actually had people in there. That's the part that was crazy. Having people in the building, being able to cheer, like, makes a difference. That's like when Joel Embiid said a couple years ago, like it was opening night in New Orleans, bro. You got Joel Embiid in the building, and it's like not that like Pat took him past it. It's like, man, fuck no, nobody don't want come play them. So I don't know though. For my opinion, when we talk about like the crowd, you can scan through the video right now. You see multiple empty seats, the Hive. Bro, I'm fucking with it when they was calling it the Hive. But we had moments where Chris Paul, like through every tenure, Baron Davis, when Baron Davis then was here, it's not like this bitch was sold out. And they used to give away tickets when CP was here. It wasn't sold out consistently, and that was some of the best, like, consistent runs of decent play. Like Chris Paul's tenure here was like the most consistent good teams we have. I think that's the only time we made the playoffs in back-to-back seasons or something like that. Mm-hmm. So even then, throughout the games, it's not like it was packed every night. Like they used to give away so many tickets to people as well. So it's just kind of like,
and they used to give away Frosties too for Wendy's.
They used to give away all kind of stuff.
Well, see, my thing is this, bro. Like people gonna start packing. If the team is good, they'll start coming into the arena post football season. You talk if the Saints trash, then January, February, the rest of the spring or what have you.
Yeah.
If the team bad, they just not gonna come at all for the most part. But if the team is good, they'll come after like a certain part in the season. Now, I'm still asking, bro, what's another guy that you think could potentially be available as a buy candidate as the season progresses? That's if Jared Allen isn't moved.
I was just about to say Jared Allen is one. Franz Wagner to me, depending on what happens with Orlando, because Orlando
they need the money. They got to
figure something out with them. Duren, we talked about. Like, I think Duren is somebody you got to consider. Obviously, Sabonis, if Sabonis is not moved in the offseason. Levine, if he's not moved. Obviously, MPJ, if he's not if they don't figure out his extension, and you'll be willing to extend MPJ, like that's a player that I think you could get.
I know Ivy love MPJ. I would be
like
open.
MPJ if I'm keeping Trey.
I like MPJ, and that's my thing too. I'm like, I like MPJ if I'm not like paying the farm in that situation. Like I could get MPJ for like Hoggins and Poole, like even like I would. I know you talk about like the money. Yeah, Kyrie is another one. I think Kyrie is a name to consider. But like there's certain players I know we talk about like having the possible cap space. I would sacrifice the cap space if I got a player that I couldn't typically get for an extended period of time, right? Like, because if MPJ was a free agent, I could never get an MPJ. Like, he won't just not at all.
Decide to come here.
MPJ, the type of motherfucker, he might be like, "Yo, don't trade for me, cuz
don't trade for me." Like, maybe not, or maybe he'll say, "You gonna give me 3 for 40?"
Or I'll do this. I'll be like, "Well, look, MPJ, if I trade for you, especially if it's like Dejounte or somebody that can help clear my books next year, I'd be willing to sign and trade you next offseason. I help you get to where you're trying to go. I help you." And he'll be like, "I bet." Like, cool. You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing too. You could do if you could also buy a rental, right? Yep. Like, you could do the 1 year rental. Like, man, let me send somebody to, like, that's like Clay, for example. If you could do her for Clay, because they want the defender and you just want to use Clay for this season to get all the money, like, you could do her for Clay. And it's kind of like, I address the shoot. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would do that as well. I'm like, well, Clay, look, just be a professional this year, bro. Shoot the ball, and I'm gonna help you out this offseason. I'm gonna get you where you need to go this offseason. Like, all right, this is the end of the game situation with Zion. Not necessarily the action I want to see between Herb and Zion, but Herb does come over and try, I guess, whatever. So Zion drives right, goes I guess against 2, drives into Rudy, finishes with the left hand. I believe the Pelicans won this game. I think this was a come from behind victory. Pause. Come from behind victory.
I don't think that did Brooklyn give up a pick to get MPJ? I don't think so.
I think Denver gave up the pick, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm sorry. You say did Brooklyn give up a pick for MPJ?
For MPJ?
I don't remember.
I don't think they did. What was the trade to get MPJ to?
Let me see.
To Brooklyn. I know it was Cam. It was Cam Thomas and somebody, wasn't it?
You mean Cam Johnson?
Cam Johnson.
Hold on, my bad. That's
another name to consider. Jeremy Grant, but I think
he got money on the books next season.
But
yeah, they traded Michael Porter Jr. and a first to Denver. I mean to the Nets. I think because they just wanted to clear his money.
Oh, they gave up a first.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I do remember when I first saw it. It was like, oh, they ended up giving up a first. I think I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be some interesting candidates available. A guy like Jeremy Grant, I'm sure he wouldn't mind playing for the Pelicans.
Jalen Green might. You know what else team? I'm sorry. I ain't mean to cut you off. My bad.
No, you good. You good. I was just thinking about Jalen Green would have to be playing very well.
I just think certain teams that we're going to have to consider is teams that possibly don't address their needs in a second year of doing it. Like, for example, Phoenix knew they needed a point guard last year.
They didn't address it. Like 4 years.
So if they ever since CP been gone, but if they say, all right, look, we tried Jalen Green and we're doing okay, but we really need to stop playing Booker at the one. Let's go do Dejounte for Jalen Green. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like maybe teams like that know they need, like teams like the Lakers who need a Herb or Cleveland need a Herb. It's just like, all right, bro. During the season, we can't keep going through the season not addressing.
I can see depending on what happens. I'll be shocked if KD ain't traded by the deadline. I think like guys like Jabari Smith, guys like that who just kind of like high level role players right now. But if Fred VanVleet fucked up with that knee. Hopefully everything works out for them. But if they're in a situation where they desperately need a point, and you like, man, I like Jabari. Now I don't know what that means for Derek or for Trey's future or whatever you're doing, unless you envision Jabari as a 5 at some point. I don't know if they see that.
By paint touch.
Oh yeah, that was over. That was over.
Paint touch.
No, you know what I was thinking about the other day. I'm like, well, you remember Covington? How this nigga
Robert Covington?
Yeah. At 1 year, he was like the most sought
premier
after
3-and-D.
Yeah, he was a super sought after. What would I give for Jabari? I would try to
Herb.
I think money wise it'll be tough. I would trade.
He made 22, don't he?
Yeah, I think it would have to be like Jabari and Reed. They might bite the bullet on that. I would trade.
That's another. We talked about that too. I think Reed might end up getting moved.
I would trade Dejounte. And I can see Torrey Eason getting moved too, because he's certainly not happy about that extension. But I would trade Dejounte for Jabari and Reed. I would even add a protected first. I would add a protected first to that, because I think Jabari is a very serviceable player on a cool contract, and again he addresses 2 of your needs. Reed,
see that? Go back.
Like a lottery ticket. Oh my bad.
I'm sorry, bro. Go back to that play. See those moments right there. He got to shoot that.
Oh yeah, the top of the key, yeah.
I don't even care that he probably went and scored.
We barely won this game too. We was playing against the fucking MASH unit, and we barely. And look, look how he jogged back and excelled. You gotta sprint back the entire time, bro.
Yeah.
Now he could have been getting up from the ground. I don't know, but you gotta sprint back, bro. You gotta sprint back, bro. Get back in the play, bro. Oh, watch out.
You could tell he wasn't in like. He was in decent shape, but not the shape that he's going into this season in. See,
I think that nigga was lazy.
Look, see right when you throw that pump and that dude, shoot that 3. I don't care that you made it. Those are the ones that I wanted to be able to shoot.
I think you gotta shoot that when a better defender's in front of you. I will say that if I see Pods in front of me, I'm like, nigga, get out the way. But at the same time, you got
I just want you comfortable shooting those.
You're like wide open, swing, bro.
Catch. You threw your pump. The dude backed up. It's like, man, you got me fucked up.
That's kind of pause worthy. And so you threw your pump the dude back there. Shout out to everybody.
I do it a lot, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
We at 94 likes. Let's get it across 100. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I hope y'all look, and shout out to everybody. I hope y'all being safe for this potential storm landing, man.
Here's another two names.
Go ahead.
Potential trades. Nas, I think.
Nas Reed.
Yeah, I think Charlotte at some point during the season is just probably gonna start. I think they in asset accumulation mode and gonna try and maximize off of their players. And I don't know which player from Portland, but I could see Portland. They gotta figure out what they're doing with Scoot. I think they gotta figure out what they're doing with Shaden. You still got Drew making all that money.
I think Scoot gonna be on the move. Yeah. I think I can see them saying, all right, we'll wait to the offseason for Shaden. But I think you move Scoot because it's like, I want to pay him?
Yeah, you ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna lie. How much Shaden make? 20-something? And Scoot make, how much Scoot make?
Scoot probably make like 13, 12. As a second pick, probably make like 13, 12.
Would you do a Shaden and Scoot for Dejounte? I don't think they would, clearly, but I'm just saying hypothetically. Like, would you do something like that?
Man, I would trade Dejounte into a nigga cap space. Into a motherfucking trade exception. Absolutely, I'd do it. Like this guy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I'm going to New Orleans. I remember when Hurricane Katrina happened, and I was like, man, I'll never go there. Straight up, like this is a true story. And
Kobe
said that. And they said that like that was something shy too. Like, yeah, so I'm in there, and everybody talking, everybody looking at me straight up. I'm like, I gotta do what I gotta do. That niggas, man, come on, man. I trade. Man,
I ain't gonna lie. I wonder if you could do a deal, something like that. You probably have to add a pick. But if you did do that, I wonder how that would like shape your roster. Like because what would you do with Scoot? What would you do with Shaden?
I think Hawkins would have to be in the deal somehow. It depends on what you do this offseason. Like if you create a roster spot, because and this is a good transition point. Yes, to answer your question, yes, I would do it. It ain't even gotta be, man. I'd trade dude for Scoot B. Like he can roll. I ain't gonna hold you, Slime. He can roll. But I say I trade my for Shannon Sharp. He can roll, he can dip. But I will. He's a person that says true story is lying. Like real talk,
real rap.
Yeah, like I cuz. But so the transition into the Southwest preview, because I think this was a good idea as well. Because and we're gonna start trying to cover a couple of more teams on the channel, man. And kind of preview what other teams is doing. You know what I'm saying? Other people getting their money. One of the teams I think we should start with, and because I think the Pelicans would have some interest in this division rivals roster, is Dallas Mavericks. What do you make of this situation? They got a lot of players on the roster. You just brought in Santi. You just brought in
Santi is a name. That's another name that possibly could be on the move. I don't know what the fuck Dallas doing because they just kind of acquiring people.
Yeah.
Right.
No exit strategy.
Like they just kind of acquiring people, and they need to replenish their picks.
Yeah, they don't have any pick. I think they got to swap moving forward.
Yeah. So what they might be doing is they might just have a bunch of players to where like you could have anybody. Like we'll do almost anybody for like maybe some picks, and then they'll say we already got like some kind of comparable replacement. Right, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I'm looking at who they brought in. Like they brought in Santi, Zach Ricochet, Sasser. Like, you know what I mean?
And they
got Johnson. They drafted
1, 2, 3, 4. They got like 5 centers on the roster.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell was traded
don't they have like 17 people? They got like 17 people on the roster, something like that.
6, 8, 10, 12, 14. This can't be right. No, I'm looking at last year's roster. That's why I was like, this can't be right. Let me go to Spot Track. But they do have like at least 16 people on the roster right now. So that being the case, do you For me, the guy I would have the most interest in, pause, would be PJ Washington.
Over Kyrie? Are we not talking
Oh,
Kyrie?
yeah, I don't think. I think they're going to at least start the season. Like, to me, Kyrie trumps everybody. But I think they're going to at least start the season with him. So, would you be, and I did hear that they may be interested in taking on some expiring salary. Would you be interested in Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington for Jordan Poole in the first?
I saw the deal early. I can't do it because
what are you apprehensive about?
I just don't want to be trapped with that type, like
Gafford's contract or PJ's?
Both of them. To be honest, like if one of them wasn't expiring, cool. Because I look at it like this: if they gotta send me a first, then
I'm sending them a first.
I'm giving you the expiring and the first.
Well, because I gotta incentivize you, right? Because
I ain't gotta incentivize you to do nothing.
Well, here's the thing, right? If Jordan Poole's coming off a very bad season, now I'm helping you out by taking on this quote unquote bad salary, but at the same time, centers are premium in the NBA right now. I know you finished near last defensively and bottom of the league in defensive rebounding. You get a premier wing. You on the trade market looking for a wing right now and in free agency. He ain't a premier wing, but you get a good wing and you get a center for the next couple of years. And by the time you're ready to extend fears, you're off your books. Everybody off your books.
I ain't gonna lie, I can't do it because I just don't believe Gafford. Like PJ, I like PJ. And if we were talking about like just how much PJ make like 18, 19, something like that.
Those lines,
if it was PJ alone, like PJ for her, something like that, I'd be willing to do that. But when I'm talking about adding Gafford, now it's 30, 32, 34 million of money that I might not be able to move, or now I gotta add a pick to get off it if I need to in the future.
I'll say this about Gafford, right? My apprehension with Gafford is just that I don't think Gafford is significantly better than Yves.
No,
right? Not significantly. He's better, but he's not significantly better. And after this year, he has 2 more years, one at 18 million, another one at like 18.9. But if you're the Pelicans, you're going to need tradable salary. So that's a pro for Gafford. He's a quality rotational big. PJ Washington is he on the hook for another few years, but his contract is cheaper than Trey's. Now I do think Trey's the better player, but PJ Washington can shoot, he can rebound. He's a real NBA player.
Yeah, not the 15 mil better. Ooh.
Yeah.
This is the thing. If I play PJ next, again, this is the same. If I'm playing PJ Washington next to Trey and Z and Fears or whatever, it's different. But like, I just don't think a starting lineup of, because Gafford likely starts, right? So now you're talking about Gafford, PJ, Zion, Trey, and Dejounte. Is not terrible, right? But I'm like trapped unless I'm trapped with that lineup aside from Fears maybe taking DeJounte's place. But other than that, you probably trapped with that lineup for like the next 3 years, unless you move Trey or Z.
I about to say 8. Look, because there's no guarantee Zion about to be here the next 3 years, or Trey. Because we heard a lot about anybody, right? It's really no guarantee, right? So I gotta see. Let's dive into PJ's numbers, man. Because what do you think Dallas should be looking to do? Because that's more of like the conversation I think we wanted to get into. What do you think Dallas should be looking to do with the roster that's currently constructed, entering the Cooper Flag era?
I think they're doing to a degree. You sound like you just changed your mind too.
No, I ain't changed my mind. Now
I want the first from them.
Nah,
the swap. I can't give you the first.
I think because my proposal was a protected first, like a lottery protected first, or at least top 8 protected. But no, PJ averaged like 14 and 7, dog.
PJ not a bad. That's why I say if it was PJ for her, like a 1-for-1 type situation, I'm not mad at like making that deal.
And he will be making about the same money as Herb. That's another.
Yes. So that's what I'm like. Even for Dallas, right? I think that works for Dallas because with all of these players that they have, not many of them other than Najee is like defenders. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, PJ can defend also. So like PJ defends, but he's not like just a solitary defender, if that's what I mean. Like I want to create a world where Cooper is completely free to do you know what I'm saying? It's completely free to develop. However, and then now I have Morris Johnson. I need to figure out. They just got Zach Reese-Shea. I need, like, say what you want about Zach, but I need to see if I could maybe mold this former number 1 overall pick. So maybe I'm willing to give him more runway, more shots, more opportunities. So like, if I'm Dallas, you got Clay's expiring, so I'm not really trying to move off Clay because I think Dallas can get free agents also, right? Like, so if you are Dallas, you are trying to clear the books. But not only if I'm not trying to clear the books, I'm trying to create a world where, like, if I'm Dallas, I want Poole, but I'm also trying to create a situation offensively to where, like, okay, the guys that I want to build my program around, like Kyrie's gonna get shots, right? Kyrie's gonna need shots. Like, why would I have Gafford when I got Lively that I think is gonna come back?
Well, Lively he's still limping and
he's
shit.
Still
right
injuring
now.
And he's still lingering with the injury.
Because supposedly he was misdiagnosed and he's freshly out of the boot. I think he had some crutches recently in it's a tough situation.
It might be over. Not over.
I don't think it's over. We seen people come back from worse.
You think he's gonna play the season?
I think he can play this season. I don't think he'll be like, he might not be Lively, but I think he's in an interesting situation because if he does come back, his extension is looming. So it's like, what do? Do you just like, all right, look, we about to rip the Band-Aid off. Mo Johnson is our guy of the future. See, what they're doing is so perplexing because it's like, to me, y'all not about to tear it down. And this is why they're not about to tear it down, in my opinion, is because you don't have no picks. Now, you're in a major market that's a free agent destination, but Cooper Flagg's not someone people going to want to come play with necessarily. Like, he's not that type of attraction. He was the best player.
He's just a dog.
He's just a dog. He's an awesome player. But you don't have any picks.
How good do you think he could be this season?
I think he'd be marginally better than he was last season.
You think he could turn them into a winner?
I think with Kyrie being back, because they're a team kind of like the Lakers to me. Though it's like, I like everybody on y'all roster, but the roster don't necessarily make sense to me. Like, and they got a lot of like not long-term money, but years that carry over, kind of like with PJ Washington, with Gafford, with Santi, with Max Christie. I got to see what Najee is
expiring.
Yeah, Najee expiring, but everyone else, bro. Like, well, you got a team option with Santi. You got Reese-Shea is on a team option, so where he might enter restricted free agency afterwards. It'll be.
I think they need to consider transforming a team a little bit. To be honest,
they can't bring Reese-Shea back at $17 million next year. Just looking at it, he jumps from 13 to 17. I ain't gonna be able to do it.
I think they will because again,
17 million.
Well, that's why he got to play. That's why he got to play. So like that's why I think you're really talking about one. They don't have picks, but I think they got two ways that they need to go about doing this. You need to either package your players to go get somebody as opposed to going the expiring route.
Let's consolidate.
So, like, yes, you need to consolidate as well. So like talking about them doing Gafford. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this though. Because to your point, now they got some of their picks in the 30s, like in the 2030s.
That don't help you now.
So would you say, because it's tough to package players if you like ain't got no picks to throw in there in this new economy. So get like, what are you thinking? Because that is an interesting point.
You got to consolidate in like because I would say you got to take back bad deals because you got some expirings that I guess you could, like if you did Clay and Najee, that's what is that, $24 million of expiring money?
Yeah.
If you wanted to package that with PJ or Gafford or one of them, you could get to a place where you could go add Michael Porter Jr. or something like that.
You think you can get Michael Porter Jr. without a first?
You could give up that swap you got.
But that's not a pick. That's just a swap.
Well, again, so now what do Brooklyn want? Like, what do Brooklyn want to do with Michael Porter Jr. if they're not working on no extension?
Because
who giving up a pick for an expiring dude that might not resign?
I think anybody trading for him, like, because I think almost anybody trading for him is gonna give him the money, right? The reason I think it's different for the Pelicans is because people will tell the Pelicans, "No, I don't want to be here." But I think
like
hypothetically speaking, if the Wizards was like, we got some money, we're gonna trade for you, and I think he'll be like, all right, this is DC. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a bad team, but it's DC, and you got some stars here. You just got the number one pick. I think the markets that a motherfucker like, man, go to hell. It's like Charlotte, New Orleans, and not even Utah, because Utah got a good team, but like, or a good roster, not a good team. I think I'm
just thinking like in a negotiation standpoint, like if I'm Dallas and I'm trying to trade for MPJ because you know you ain't gonna extend him, why would I give you a pick? Because you can send him anywhere else. It's like, all right, fuck it. I mean, he might be gone in the offseason anyway. Technically, I got expirings.
Like I could go into the offseason and sign and trade him. And I might get a pick that way where I got a bigger market.
Bigger pool.
Yeah, pool of people that are interested. Also, it's like if Trey's trade number, because I've been told that they got at least like 8 trade offers on the table for Trey Murphy at minimum. If his trade market is like 3 firsts, maybe 4 on the higher end somewhere, someone get desperate, pay for it. I can't trade.
Dallas definitely got a coach right now. They hired your boy from Michigan, Dusty May.
Like, I can't trade Michael Porter Jr. for less than 2 firsts. I just can't do it.
He make $40 million though.
But I'm the Nets. I ain't got nobody, and I'm not a free agent market. Like, I gotta get at least 2 firsts for this, because this dude cold. Like, if he was a bum, like it'll be different.
Well, again, now if you talk about the Nets, what you doing? You ain't gotta trade Michael Porter Jr. for picks. You could, but like maybe there's another good player out there that like maybe you start trying to round out your team, because they could look at it and say, look, give me do they have a center right now?
I think
because you could say here, take Michael Porter Jr. and say, give me Lively, PJ, or Gafford, PJ, and somebody, or Lively and PJ to give you, because realistically they can make a combination, because they could say, give me whatever off your roster. And if you Dallas, you probably should do it.
I think they're gonna want a player and picks, kind of like the Pelicans. Shout out to Dakari. I got your question starred as well, Dakari. Peace to you, bro. I think they're gonna want a player and picks, bro. Just because, maybe. Go ahead.
I just think it's different with Trey. The only reason I say that is because you got control of Trey. Yeah, and you got Trey for like the next 3 seasons at like a good number. It's like trading for not Jimmy, but like if you trade for Levine, are you giving up picks for Levine?
No, but I think MPJ is more like sought after than Levine, because MPJ is like I think so, because he's like the perfect complimentary guy, whereas Levine
podcast might be having him in a little.
I think he wants to stay in whatchamacallit. I think he
Brooklyn?
wants. Yeah, I think he'd like to stay in Brooklyn. Like if they could add
recruiting Peyton Watson right now.
I can see that. Hold up real quick.
That's second.
I got a message. Give me 1 second.
Oh no, you good. All right, but that's another thought right there. It's kind of like MPJ want and that's another thing. Like, I think I can't. Did we give up a pick for? Did we get a pick for BI? We did get a pick.
We got a top 4.
We got the Indy. We got the Indy pick. Somebody else pick.
Yeah.
But the players you got were throwaways, so they had to give you the pick because you got throwaway players.
I just think like
the reason I say that is because of Louisiana Gal's comment about MPJ deal. Talking about MPJ want the Brandon.
Oh yeah, to me that's fair based on because to me you only get that deal if you're traded. Like Rich Paul came out, and again this was a different market back then, but Rich Paul came out and was like, "Yo, like we wouldn't get that deal on free agency." I don't think Michael Porter Jr. wants to hit the market if he because that's why I think he's either gonna like kind of take what Brooklyn gives him, like the max Brooklyn can give him, or he gonna be like, I got to get traded somewhere that they're going to extend me, kind of like with Trey Young, because Trey Young was a distressed asset. Brandon was a distressed asset. MPJ not a distressed asset.
His way to Washington. They gonna pay me to beat up.
Like MPJ not a distressed asset right now.
But look at what those players got traded for when you know you got to sign them. Like Trey Young went for CJ's expiring and nothing else. Brandon, you went for a pick, but he got traded for fucking Bruce Brown.
But this is the thing too. The Pelicans didn't want RJ Barrett. The Raptors was trying to trade RJ. Griff just got his head up his ass. He didn't want RJ because he didn't want the money, because he didn't want to be an apron team. But also,
if
Brandon wasn't even playing.
If you get RJ, do you get the pick?
I think so. Because I think it's so fucked up, bro. You would have got the pick because like, dog, Griff, man, somebody should bust Griff in his fucking head. Griff, like, allegedly, I'm joking. This is parody, satire. But Griff, the Raptors want the clear salary, right? That's why they gave up 2 expirants, because they was like, if we taking on this, like, you know, we could clear RJ. That's why they trying to trade Brandon now, because they like, all right, we got to pick one of these dudes. We're gonna move you, Brandon, and we may or may not extend RJ. Like, it just all makes sense when you look at it, like the way the contracts were set up. And Bruce Brown was just like the shits anyway. Yeah. But like, I do think you still would have gotten the pick, because I don't think they believed in RJ at that time. Anyway, like I now, if I'm not mistaken, I think Scotto and Fisher were reporting this at the time. They absolutely should have went and got RJ in that exchange. But for Dallas in particular, like the lock-in on Dallas, I think they got to consolidate, like you're saying. You don't need a center. You need a point guard of the future. So I think whatever trade they do, they're gonna try to bring back a point guard, a young point. So? Know who I can see them going and get?
Scoop.
Maybe Scoop, but Keontae.
Who? George? Who you giving up for Keontae that makes sense for?
I think that's when you
don't have picks.
But you could dig into the 30s, I think. Depending on how many years you could trade out, you might get sent.
You know, Danny want all of them. And then Keontae needed an extension.
Because they're in a weird spot to where, like, well, I guess.
How many years Kyrie got left? 2?
I got to look. I think about 2.
Even because Kyrie?
No, he got a $42 million player option. He might opt out and go somewhere else and get that money, or request a trade or something along those lines. But Kyrie 34 years old, so he gonna go the Harden route, probably go somewhere, take a little less money. But the reason I say that is because you don't have many avenues to get a running mate. Utah got to consolidate at some point, because you can't pay everybody. Like Jaren Jackson Jr., Laurie. You're gonna have to pay Ace soon. You're gonna have to choose between Ace and Keontae, really. Unless you're just that good. So
unless you're gonna run all 3, Ace, Peterson, Keontae,
and Peterson. I'm talking about just picks. Like the contract. Like you like, is you gonna be a second apron team for that roster at some point? Like it's just gonna be tough. I think I can see Keontae getting moved. If I'm Dallas, that's a guy like I'm circling. Like, could I need a guard to run with Flag
Cooper?
It don't really matter if I can't be like, well, I'm a tank and get a draft pick, because it's like, how?
And like you no picks. And I don't think Cooper gonna be bad enough for you to like.
Yeah, ever.
Like I think their team, as currently constructed, like if we looked at record, I wouldn't be surprised if they look like a play-in team to me.
If they are playing team, I mean the Pelicans not.
Well, if I look at Dallas roster and I start running it like top to bottom, right? Mm-hmm. Kyrie Irving, Cooper Flag. I think Cooper the real deal.
I like Cooper a lot.
Kyrie, Cooper, PJ not bad. Max Christie not bad. Najee not bad. Gafford not bad. Morez Johnson I think is going to be a solid rookie. Santi not bad. That Reese said we already had like your 9th player and you just starting to get to like Reese say if he is just I ain't even mentioned Clay. So like now granted they have to do something with their roster, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas is like contending for the play-in though.
I think they can absolutely contend for the play-in because their roster don't necessarily have any weaknesses. Yeah, it's just like you have no reason to. It's just like you got to consolidate, and you got a lot of long. Mm-hmm. If they didn't have the financial situation, they had their own picks, then it would be less of a reason for them to do all this. But it's like, man, Reese to share $17 million is steep.
Like, unless he looked like a number 1 pick, I don't know. And
the chances of that,
but you're gonna give him the runway. You're gonna give him some runway to see.
But it's like how. Because if you're unable to move PJ and Daniel Gafford this offseason, right? Let's say Santi's more of a 4. Mm-hmm. And Reese Shea is what, like 6'8". So he's gonna be like a 3-4. I got Cooper Flag. Mm-hmm. So let's say like who is
bench right now?
Who is he playing over Najee? No. Max Chris. Unless you just
don't think they try him over Najee right now?
If they do that, Najee gonna try to get up out of there. I'm not sure he don't want to be up out of there now. But like if they do that, I think you're gonna have some issues with Najee potentially. You got Caleb Martin, who's like he got 2 years left. He's 31 though, so I'll put Reese over Caleb Martin as it currently stands. But also you got Kyrie, and it's like if you got Kyrie and Kyrie, like man, I'm not here to waste no time. Like I'm not here while you.
Dallas got to do something. Dallas got to make some form of move. But you got to make some form of move.
You got to consolidate and you just brought in Jet Howard. So it's like, bro, this is a very interesting, like, bizarre roster. Like, it's 19 players on the roster with 3 two-ways filled, and Jet Howard is one of those 2-ways. So that's like a real NBA player, at least today. You got Mossad you just brought back. Tyreek, I can't pronounce your last name. Sergio, Marcus Sasser, Morez Johnson, Derek Lively, Max Christie, Najee Marshall, Caleb Martin, Reese Shea, Cooper Flag, Santi, Daniel Gafford, Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, Kyrie Irving. You can't even carry all these motherfuckers into the season.
Are we focusing on the wrong players on their team? This is from the Pelicans perspective. Mm-hmm. Also, I don't think people really care. Teams in the same division, do you think they care about making deals with each other? Like the NBA is a little different than the NFL. Like the NBA is different. Mm-hmm. To a degree where people make deals, but I don't know if like the Pelicans and Dallas got like a huge history of like dealing with each other.
I don't think they care. In NBA, I don't think they care because it's like
you still got to do the same. The job is the same. Regardless.
I only played a motherfucker 4 times a year out of 82 games. Like you know, I don't think it care.
Because my thought is while we targeting PJ and Gafford. Mm-hmm. As a Pelican and you looking at their roster, should you really be like, I'll throw you because you might have to pay for this, but like for them, would you throw a pick with Dejounte? Let's say it's Dejounte and Herb in a pick, and then you bring back Kyrie and you might have to throw in another player too, but like Kyrie and Gafford or Kyrie and PJ.
I don't think they'd do that because they looking to take back less players. Like they looking to create roster spots. So
I'm saying, yeah.
So
less players.
Yeah, like they
but you'd have to take on another player. Like you'd have to take back 3 and give 2.
I think
think Poole would have to be in the deal, basically. Like I think Poole is your sweetener.
I think to incentivize them, it would have to be a 2-for-1. Like it would have to be a 2-for-1 because right now they got like just look. I'm gonna make sure I did this right. They got at least 16 like active players on this roster.
Dejounte 2-for-1, like 2 of theirs for 1 of ours.
Yeah, and I mean just in any situation. Also, they need this money to fall off the books because like they're a free agent destination. So like. That's why I think the Poole contract would be more attractive versus of the Dejounte because, like,
Poole and Herb make how much? 45?
Poole and Herb? No, they make 50.
Poole and Herb make 50?
They make like 48, closer to 50.
49. So 50? 40.
It just ain't a lot of ways to do it unless it was like Kyrie and.
I'm trying to see it because you could probably do Poole and Herb for Kyrie and Lively.
But if I'm them, why I want Herb?
Well, that's true.
Because I already got Najee and Herb, like that. Like to me,
I just can't think of other than you're right because I can't think of a way to make the roster.
Yeah, it just like that's the thing. I think the only people is Sean Duran say PJ and Clay for DJ. I would do that. I probably do that. I think
they do that. Especially
I think
when you got Kyrie.
Well, I think if they was like sending Kyrie somewhere else, they potentially do that. I think they don't. To me, they wouldn't want a point guard. I think they would just want a large expiring salary. I don't even know if they want them up.
And that's my thing. If I'm giving up Poole $34 million, I need it can't be for PJ and Gafford.
I don't think expiring contracts have that much value, bro. I honestly don't. I think like today
to myself though.
Oh yeah, yeah. To you, like for the opportunity cost, definitely because like that's a lot. That's cutting into your tax room going into next year. I think like bringing in them additional salaries for all them years, and let's say
that's what I'm saying. Like you got to incentivize me to take the deal. That's like taking bad money.
But at the same time, if you're the Pelicans, what leverage do you have in the situation? For the Pelicans in particular, I mean, because it's like, all right, it's like if you like you the Pelicans and I'm Dallas, right? And you say, well, look, I'm gonna have $20 million. I can have about $20 million in cap space next season, and I'm gonna have a bunch of luxury tax room if I just keep Jordan Poole. And if I'm like the opposing team, I could say, well, okay, well, the only way you're really going to be able to get someone is via trade because no one's going to sign with you. Like you already know that. So you need a center and you need rebounding.
That still give you avenues to do. I mean, you could just take people into the cap space at that point. People throwing players away all the time.
Now here's the thing though. Now this where the shit get real at. Now, this offseason, we haven't really seen a lot of people pay to clear their books. We've seen guys get seconds in exchange. Like it's giveaways, but you're at least getting seconds. Like Lou Dort, Isaiah Joe, what's the other dude? Wiggins.
Yeah.
Isaiah Stewart. Like all those.
OKC gave away players.
And got seconds.
And got seconds.
Pistons gave away Isaiah Stewart, got multiple seconds. So if even in the giveaways, it's like
you don't have the seconds to do the give.
Yeah, I don't got the seconds to do nothing.
Well, you got seconds, you got future seconds, but
you got some future seconds, but some dumbass traded 5 of them bitches and drafted Didi Lozada. So that's 6 seconds you lost. And from what we being told, Joe ain't trying to give up no assets. Not a single one. This is an
interesting conversation.
Like that's
where you cap Dallas season at? Because as a Pelican and you compete, do you think we like clearly better than Dallas?
I think
being objective.
Being totally objective, I think let me look at Dallas roster again.
You can't you a team with Kyrie Irving and Cooper Flag, PJ Washington.
Look, even if I'm taking
objectively say we like clearly better than them.
Because even if I'm taking Cooper out of the equation, right? While I think Cooper's very good, I'm like, I think Cooper and Trey are comparable. Like, I ain't see Cooper, to me, didn't hit the ground like fucking Luka or nobody like that. I just think he's I just think he's very good. Like, I think he's a very good player.
Cooper was fucking cold. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, he started looking incredible. Now, granted, it was weak the rest of the way, but
see, that's the thing too. It's like you're talking about, and I like Kyrie a lot, but 34-year-old Kyrie, and after that, it's a steep drop off. New coach. So it's like, and if y'all, hypothetically speaking, let's say y'all trade PJ and Gafford somewhere else just for some salary and some stuff, this stuff. I'm like, nah, definitely think I'm better because, like, me, all total objectivity, all bias aside, I would have to, or everyone would have to believe that Dejounte really just not that good. Because like, or not even that good, not even just not that good. You have to believe Dejounte is bad. Because if Dejounte don't give you the edge against at least their third best player, let's say Zion and Trey
equal Cooper
and Kyrie, play them to a draw. Let's say they play them to a draw, right? Both of them total, let's say both guys total give you 50 points. We had a draw, right? I don't know who Dallas' third guy. It used to be PJ. So let's say,
PJ, I think they beat us in a battle of attrition.
They got a lot of depth, but they also gotta consolidate. So I think their ceiling is the 7th seed.
Okay,
because they inevitably are going to consolidate. Like, to me, it's inevitable. I think.
Would you,
especially when you ain't got no picks? Now you could wait to the draft, but it's like, all right, you wait to the draft. Who the fuck about to give you a real pick for Gafford and PJ when I've been hearing for 2 years you trying to get rid of them?
That's my point.
Yeah.
So I think you stuck with. That's why I'm not doing it. I wouldn't
do it because I don't want Gafford.
I can't do the money long term because people saying, oh, you could just trade them. No, you can't
always just trade motherfuckers.
They can't trade them right now. That's why I'm like, they were like, let's do it for Poole. Why would I do that? Like, you got to give me a pick. I ain't gonna lie. If they're talking about us giving them a pick, I'm not giving them no pick. I'd rather run Poole expiring.
No, I promise.
You got to pay me to take 4 years of PJ and Gafford.
I promise, son. I keep saying this. The only way I'm trading Poole is for a drastically better player that addresses my need. Or for another expiring. The only motherfucker I'm trying to trade that's like, I'm only trading salary. Like, I'm only trading salary on the books for next year. To me, it's Herb and Dejounte. Them two is where I'm them two. Like, because Poole, worst case scenario, Poole fall off the books. Yeah. Worst case scenario, Dejounte go out there, get hurt again. Now he on the books for next year, $30 million. Herb go out there, get hurt again. Now he on the books for next year at a pay raise to $20 million. Like, I keep hitting this fucking mic. I gotta get myself out of this like situation.
Would you pay a pick, which I know they're not giving up picks, but would you pay Dejounte, like if it was Dejounte and Herb for like MPJ, but you know you keep an MPJ? I'm doing it. You would extend MPJ and then like that's your move? That to me, would you throw in a pick with that to do that?
No, because I wouldn't do that, because if I put MPJ's value as an expiring at 2 first, I might give you a swap. But if I put MPJ's value at expiring as a 2 first, I gotta put Herb's value at least 1 first. Like, I just have to do it for I just have to do it, bro. I can't, even if I wouldn't trade a first for Herb, I refuse to believe that I couldn't get at least one first for Herb out there somewhere. Mm-hmm. Now, if you asking for multiple firsts, then that's when it get kind of crazy. But yeah, I'll do that. I'll give him a protected first. I'm not giving him.
I think that should be. I ain't gonna lie. I think that would be, if he don't get his extension, that's who I would target. Just because I think it solves a lot of issues. Like, it allows shooting moving forward. MPJ not incredibly old. You still can start Fears. You got a lot of spacing,
bro. Neither one of them dudes do enough to negate me taking on Michael Porter Jr.'s contract and paying him. Because combined next year, y'all about to pay 50. I mean, y'all about to get 50 million.
Yeah,
I'd rather just give MPJ 40 million.
That's what my thought is. That's my thing.
I don't think MPJ would come here. But even in that equation, worst case scenario,
I think similar to BI. If MPJ gonna get, I think MPJ gonna go wherever he gonna get the money.
But even with that, right? Worst case scenario, I trade for MPJ. Cool. You don't want to stay? I got you. Don't worry about it.
Let you go.
In the off season, I'm gonna sign and trade you, bro. I got you.
Go wherever you want.
Yeah, we gonna go where we want. I got your bird rights. We in here.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? Nola and shout out to the homie, man. We're going to get to the start question. Shout out to the Dallas Mavericks fans and everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We're going to get to the start question and get y'all out of here. Appreciate y'all riding with us.
I think Cooper take a crazy leap this year, by the way. Cooper going to look incredible this year. I believe in Cooper Flag, bro. I think Cooper cold.
I think Cooper the best player in that draft. I think, depending on what happened with Dylan. But I think Cooper was the real number one pick. But I also say, to me, his leap looked like 3-point shooting. I just think
that motherfucker defensively good.
It'll be tough to see him being good defensively. I ain't gonna lie.
What you mean?
It's tough for me to see it.
Oh, it's tough good in what sense?
Like good in
like an on-ball defender, because he gonna play, make and get blocks. He hustle, he get boards. He run the flow.
But that don't really make you a good defender.
No, I'm saying like defensively. I'll put it to, if you saying like on ball defender, I don't know.
I can
he gonna get a lot of stocks, and I think he's gonna be a plus off ball defender.
I can see him being as good as like solid to good. No, I watched the Mavs a lot. I was like last season, bro. I was really want to like, because everybody was saying Ace over Cool. I was like, nah.
Oh no, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I was like,
and I was an Ace guy, but no, Cooper was clearly the number one pick.
I was an Ace guy too if Ace hit his ceiling, but I'm like, watch Cooper Flag is
Cooper
head
Cole,
and shoulders the number one guy, bro.
Yeah, Cooper Cole.
Like I number two
Cooper
is
over Dylan if Dylan peak.
I think Dylan already showed me a lot. I ain't gonna lie. Like watching Dylan in the finals, I still think Cooper's better right now because we didn't see a lot of Dylan. But like, I think the gap between Cooper in this draft and like VJ and Dylan, just that three, Ace, he's in a different tier. But like those three, I don't think it's a wide gap.
I think it's better than. I think it's a wider gap than people think. I think they had the benefit of. And we could go to the start question after this, I guess. But they had the benefit of VJ had a maxi all season. Dylan didn't even play, but when he did, he had fucking Wemby and he had Castle and Vassell all season. Cooper had Cooper.
To me,
Cooper had PJ Washington as his number 2.
Now Dallas started tanking. Dallas had a nice roster. Like if you even like just take.
But they ain't play AD. Well, AD was gone.
Yeah, AD was acting like AD was tripping.
Yeah,
like, but I think even like prior to them moving him on paper, they had a very quality roster. Now, here's the thing too. I don't anticipate Cooper handling the ball that much moving forward either. Like I'm looking at his numbers right now. Again, he's a rookie, so these are most likely going to improve. But 46% from the field, which that's not bad for a rookie at all. No. 21 points on 17 shots. 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Now
that's not bad, bro.
That's very good for a rookie.
How many threes he shot per game?
Now this way it gets kind of ugly. He shot 3 threes for 29%.
That ain't
he got
bad.
to the free throw line about 4 times. I think for him, kind of like what I was saying earlier about some guys and like with certain limitations, I think Cooper could be a middle of the road defender and be cool. Like, I think he could be a middle of the road defender and be like an excellent offensive player. But I think with certain players, the lack of athleticism just always bites you in the ass.
You don't think Cooper athletic?
I think Cooper athletic for who he is. But I think Austin Reeves got moments where you like, oh, that's a dunk. Or Luka, his first season, when Luka was in shape, dunking on motherfuckers and shit. And it's like, all right. Like, let's see.
I think Cooper got more spring in the tank than
because like, and I'm not judging a person by one game, but like in the games I watched the Pelicans play the Mavericks last season, and I'm a person that believes in Cooper, but I was still kind of like, I don't know if I think you're definitely number one in this draft. I don't know if you would go number one in any other draft. Like, I think Darren Peterson looks like he's already better than Cooper.
What?
No, Darren Peterson.
I like Darren Peterson too. I think Darren Peterson should have been the number one pick
in that summer league. Because sometimes if you can shoot and you're a good athlete, you can handle the ball.
Yeah,
and that's just what it is. It's fucked up. But Cooper, I think Cooper is going to be a very good player. I think he's already a very good player. I would trade anybody on the roster Cooper Flag today. Like, I think Cooper is that good. But I also think, like, I don't know,
Cooper like the one, basically, like he could be. I need to see him.
Well, I don't want to say that. I think
it's too soon to say. I think Cooper got the goods, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I think Cooper.
Do you think it'd be next? Well, I don't want to say Luka, but do you think he could be as good as Luka?
No.
So what's a tier below Luka? Like, what tier would you put him in? Like below Luka? Who's in that tier? Like, because Ant is in the Luka tier, right? So is the tier below Luka like Brandon Ingram level, or is it now like
so? Like, but like Luka and Ant are in like
the elite
Joker Shea tier. Like, you got Joker a tier above.
I wouldn't put Luka. I wouldn't put Luka in the Joker tier yet.
What? Why?
You gotta win one, bro. You've been around too long, and you don't ever play. Like, that's the thing.
I don't believe in that, to be honest, because the reason I say the reason I say MVPs. No, but he averaged like 35, 8, and 8.
You barely play.
Joker just unique in his. I'll say this too. I don't know, other than the years with Kyrie healthy, because the first year they got Kyrie, they sat, and then the second year they went to the finals, and then when they had Brunson, him and Brunson was still young. They got to the Western Conference Finals, and then they moved off of Brunson. Joker then had MPJ and Jamal Murray the entire time.
Last year.
No, I'm saying like throughout his career.
Oh yeah.
Throughout his career, he didn't had another elite level somebody to run with him that entire time.
Luka and Kyrie,
and he went to the finals.
But see, that's my thing though. It's like
almost like if they don't play that Boston, who's an all-time great, that Boston team was like,
but they didn't repeat. Like they
Tatum got hurt too,
right? But they didn't. Like that's the thing. It's like for example, like I don't think Denver was an all-time great team. I think Luka. I think Jokic is an all-time great player. Whereas with Luka, to me, this probably and maybe one other season, like that year they beat Phoenix. They was like what, the 7th seed or something like that, or something along those lines.
I don't think they like a 4, 5 or 6, something like that.
But see, that's the thing. Like when you look at like the teams that won and didn't repeat, like Fist of Black Star mentioned OKC. They didn't repeat, but they also had 2 injuries in the playoffs and went to a game 7.
But nobody repeats anymore.
Yeah, nobody. But that's my point too. Like
repeated either.
Yeah, that's my thing though. Nobody repeat. That's why I can't call that Boston team all time great because
they was the best team that league.
Yeah, they was like the best team like in the league that year.
But Denver beat Miami. Like
Miami was bonked that year, son.
That's what I'm saying.
They beat the fuck out of Miami too. But see, that's the thing. It's like my thing with Luka though is like, for one, you never play, or you rarely play, like Zion, and it's like
Luka you can't say Luka rarely play. Luka got 6 first team All NBAs.
So that he's do, but he like
so he
almost
playing.
But he's like you almost never really like a MVP threat right now.
He always an MVP threat.
Like,
it's just he got
it.
like so many. You know who he is? No, you know who he is. He better, but he peaked James Harden.
I can see that, but like James Harden also, to me, not like an all-time great type guy. Like he is for how we judge the NBA, he is. But like the last time, but the last time Luka played over 50 games was this past season for the Lakers. They ended the season injured again. Yeah. So he went so Luka went to in 24, I guess. Yeah, 24 when he was an all-star. He finished 3rd in MVP, first team All NBA. I think that was the year they went to the finals. The next year he played 50 games.
That's when they traded him.
That's when he traded him. Played 64, and he just
Luka Cole.
No, I'm saying Luke. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Luka is cold.
And he typically around like he got hurt this playoffs, but like he typically available in the playoffs. Look, like, and if you look at his playoff numbers, he's like one of the greatest playoff performers. Like individually, one of the best playoff performers since he's been in the league.
Yo, on the real, I think all that shit shop, and I think Luka's awesome. I would trade it, but what I'm saying is like it does get to a point to where it's like, bro, you either gotta win a ring or MVP. You gotta at least have like a real
some
quality,
accolades.
Yeah, like some accolades to like all defense. Like we talked about Sabonis. Sabonis a 2-time third team all defender. I think Julius Randle's all defense as well. So it's like, I'm sorry, all NBA as well. So I'm like, all right, that's what's up. That's awesome. But the problem still is that you're an awful defender. You're one of the best offensive players ever, just like James Harden. It's like they mirror each other in that way. And it's like, you've had some great teammates. You had Brunson. You had Kyrie. Two of your teammates were top 2 players on 2 other championship teams.
That now again, that's not his fault that they got rid of said players early.
Nah, it's not his fault. But what I'm saying is like, you had some help.
I think if you they went to the Western Conference Finals and then let Brunson walk, which is just you know what, bro? I ain't gonna lie. I 100% believe Luka in LA will win a ring. That's just what LA players do.
LeBron ain't
like
really
if you can't, huh?
LeBron didn't really win one,
but he got one.
But like, I don't know, bro. It just like it. I think we just passed the era of like. I just think none of them dudes really just like. I think the last like Steph and them niggas was it. Like Steph and LeBron, I think them niggas was it.
Luka go probably next 3 seasons. I believe that.
Within the next 3 seasons. I mean, it's possible. Like I'm trying to think like it would just take the perfect set of circumstances because they don't have
take everybody the perfect set of circumstances.
Yeah, but I think like for me, I think it don't matter who Boston played that year, they was gonna win. It didn't matter who Denver played that year. AD, LeBron, whatever. Like y'all losing. It don't matter who Steph and them played all them years. We are winning the ring. Like nobody gonna do nothing with us. I think the Raptors, it took like some luck. Like certain Milwaukee took some luck.
Now I think some teams now is like luck over just being.
Or it just takes something weird happening. Like when Luka and them went to the finals, they had the weird shit with Ayton and oh boy, like it's always some weird shit when like
though.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. Like I don't think Giannis probably never go to another finals. And that's like I really think LeBron and Steph spoiled us to the it was like Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Steph, and it's like
that level of great. I agree with that. That level of greatness is
that's why like even with Shea, like I don't think Shea none of them niggas, but at the same time, like yo, yeah, he went to Game 7 and lost that first finals, but it's like, damn, y'all really could have went. Y'all was right there in Game 7 going to this finals. I'm like, damn, you a great player, multiple MVP caliber nigga. So if you're not a multiple MVP caliber guy, I just don't know no more, bro.
But I think your team still gotta be cold. Like most of the teams, the teams that win now, they win through our team is elite. Like Shea at the end of the day, and again, we could. Shea still got.
This is a good one. Good question.
Shea still got J-Dub. You still got Chet. You still got Hart. You still got like you got like a gang of motherfuckers with you. Every team that win it got like a gang of like OG still cold. Brunson is really him. Cat really like elite. Like these former. If you look at it, think about the teams that win other than Denver, maybe when Denver won, but Joker is the anomaly, right? Other than that, when Boston won, Tatum is a top pick, Brown is a top pick, and then with Cat is a top pick. Brunson just so happened to be fucking elite. Shea happened to be elite, but Chet a top pick. Like you gotta have dudes.
I think it's almost impossible for bad defenders to win rings now, unless
Brunson.
But Brunson got some of the best defenders.
Yeah,
but that's the thing, and it's like that's why I just think. Not saying that this is the case. Just as like a big fan of Luka, I think if it don't happen in the next year or two, it's over. Like that's
why I say I think the next 3 years. I give him a 3-year window of this season. We'll see. Because I still think the West. I think the West is open, and I think he cold enough to. I truly believe this. I think he cold enough to where if he playing his best, like I saw him and Kyrie beat OKC. You know what I'm saying? I would take Luka over Joker in a series because if I see Ant. I saw what he did to Ant. You get what I'm saying? Like I saw
him. That Joker? Luka. Oh yeah.
Like there's not a team in the West that I don't think Luka, if he on his shit,
he elevates any team that he goes to. But that's why I mean, like, and we'll get to the star questions here.
The issue.
It's to me, that's what I'm like, bro. The best co-star you ever gonna have is Kyrie. So either you gonna change something.
I'm trading for Kyrie. If it's me, I'm going to bring Kyrie home.
It's like what you trading though.
LeBron will be pissed.
Oh yeah, LeBron feel played. Shout out to the wealthy few. He said, "I was thinking if we stay pat, will we be able to get the stress assets plus draft capital next year? I'm kind of cool with that. What y'all think? I guess he mean far as like salary.
Yeah, I think he could.
A lot depends on. No, you won't. You won't be able to.
If you got expiring,
because
like if you got salary cap, you don't think so?
Because you won't have cap space. You'll have some cap space, but you're gonna have tax space. Like, cause some teams don't have like functional cap space. Like they can't go sign nobody, but you can trade them into their salary, and they're so far below the first apron electric tax that they could take back that hit. So. You gotta get,
like you said earlier, you got to plan for it. You got to move. You got to do that Jimmy Butler deal.
Yeah, you got to get Dejounte and Herb off the books. Like you get Dejounte and Herb off the books next year, like how it could have been this year if you would have had them 2 picks. Next year, man, the world is yours, bro. Like, seriously, if you got all that motherfucking cap space. JK, what's the deal? He said, y'all think Bones Highland get more playing time this season? What you think? I know you're more of a fan than Bones. I'm not a big fan of Bones.
I think they like Bones. I think, especially now that Mike Conley's officially like out of the building and stuff like that, I think him and Ayo had like some good rapport.
I just thought.
So I think what?
Conley gone, but boy, LaMelo about to get like 38 minutes.
Oh, LaMelo about to run that bit. But we gotta have somebody off the bench. They're gonna like Kobe, like in LaMelo, like I think Highland can play off the ball or whatnot, but that team gonna be exciting to watch, bro. It's gonna be fun.
I just think like with any team moving forward, you gotta just have an incredibly deep roster, bro. I think
they guard play gonna be fucking tough, boy.
Damn, bro. I think I'm gonna miss the superstar era. Not because talking about it, bro.
Steph was really
LeBron,
cold,
all them dudes like Luka a couple years ago. All them I'm gonna miss the superstar era, like where you could just like, man, come on,
pencil them in. Pencil like, people in.
Like anywhere Chris Paul go, you're like, all right, well, they're gonna be in the, at one time. That's fucking
playoffs. You knew they was going Dame.
That's why it's so much of a question now. Think about it, bro. 2 number 1 picks, right? 2 number 1 picks and an all NBA dude in Sacramento, and another 2-time All-Star in Zach LaVine. Zion's a 2-time All-Star. And those 3 teams, Kyrie, Zion, not even we don't even know they'll be bad. Kyrie, Cooper, Zion, what's that old boy? Dejounte Murray, former All-Star. And we like, well, all them teams might make the play-in. You're like, what the fuck? And it's like, damn, it used to be you a number 1 pick or all-star, nigga. You was that dude. Now it's just like, it's too much.
Either you was talent. A bust or you was cold.
Yeah, now I'm just like, he's a really good player. Yeah. Like, but shout out to Dakar. He said, if Paulo and Zion were both in the same draft, who would y'all take first?
Zion.
Everybody being healthy, I'm probably taking Zion.
There is no draft that unless it's like Wemby and LeBron, well, a player goes over Zion.
That's another person I just thought about. Like Paolo went number 1, and people like Paolo cool. Like, yo, that's why I think we just out of the superstar era, bro. I think that shit is dead now. I think
I agree.
Noel and say if Zion becomes a 3-level scorer, do you think it would be more beneficial to start him at the 2 because he's not a 4 to me? I think even if he doesn't become a 3-level scorer, I think he's still like a Russell Westbrook-esque.
Yeah, basketball without the rebound kind of position. They're gonna play 4 smaller guys, in my opinion, like at minimum a 3. So like he's gonna be a 3 at best just because of his size. Like
it's like Trey should be your 4, but he's like Evan Mobley without the defense. Kind of like far as like he just tall, but he's not a 4 skill set wise. Well, the people appreciate you, dog. He said if Mosley can get consistent effort from the team on defense, we will be better, in my opinion. Yeah, 100%. I think y'all be middle of the pack, man. Be great defensively, be middle of the pack.
Team defense.
What would y'all ideal rotation and minutes distribution be with the roster as is?
That's an episode, right?
That's an episode. That's a tough one. I'll have to really sit down and at best, I got if Herb on the roster, he should top out at 20 minutes.
25.
You got 25?
I got top out at 25. Yeah, that sounds about right. The only players getting over like Z, I need Z over 30, Trey over 30, and then everybody else is probably like 28 ish, depending on how you play.
Yo, how you feel about Spencer Jones? That's his name?
Yeah. I watched his tape. He was okay. I think you know what I thought about? I'll be honest, bro. I'll be honest. If you were to sign Spencer Jones, it makes her like I think you could sign a Spencer Jones. You have enough wings that could play defense and shoot, like play defense, low usage off a bunch of Bryce McGowns, right? Because essentially Bryce McGowns was giving you that. And then you can take Herb's salary and move Herb for a center. So I started to look at 14 to 16, $17 million centers. And then I guess it was Gafford.
I know. It's like that's the fucked up because to me it's like Gafford and Miles Turner are like the same person to me. Like it always seems like it got to be like those guys. Like it always seems to like it's them. Big Major said, I know y'all not experts on the subject, but can someone please tell me why Zion not good at screening? I'll be baffled. It's an effort thing. It's a want thing. Like, he got to want to do it.
He was a decent screener when was here, when Stan was here, because he made him screen a lot. Yeah. We don't actually use him as a screener that often.
And like one thing the Pelicans got to do when they screen, at least make some fucking contact. Like
yes. Stop that fake ass slip screen that like you just kind of getting the guy. No, man, screen the man.
Put a body on a body, pause, man. Hit somebody. Louisiana guys said they start Derrick over Yves. Y'all disappointed. Somebody hinted that they penciled in the starting lineup.
I know we did that when you.
Yeah. Louisiana guy, I would be highly disappointed. Yeah. Trip to say you need a playmaker. I think we talked about this as well. Like, why would you need that utilization? Nando said I also heard that they wanted Fairs and Queen both to start, but that was also when they thought they were going to make some moves. So maybe
I can see a world where both of them start. I wouldn't be surprised. Again, man, I could see the lineup of hypothetically Dejounte, Fairs, Z, Trey, Queen.
Man, I be trying to like, I don't know,
I'll say this. That's your mix of both. Like, other than the fact that Yves is probably a better, rebounder and all of that, I think that's probably one of your better offensive lineups. I mean, unless you say Sadiq Bey over Dejounte. But other than that, like, that's really one of your best. That's your probably, Poole over Fairs or something like that. But it's like Fairs, Fairs, Dejounte, Trey, and Z are probably your top 4 players.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think it gotta be Yves, bro. You gotta have Yves though. Because I'm
saying you'll probably see Queen with that lineup at some point.
I'm probably just lower on Queen's offense than anything. That might be what it is. I probably is too low on his offense. Uptown Kid, if I would say, what was Sham got good at as a player? Had a handle,
elite ball handle,
had a shoe. Boy had a shoe back in the day. He got a shoe now with Puma.
Yeah,
he had a shoe back in the day, but the handle was just elite. I think he was pretty good at his handle was so elite. He was good at getting to the rim. I don't know if he was a good shooter or not. I've only really seen highlights.
I think so. I think he was more like just the hand, like the handle was elite, guy. Creative culture guy.
Louisiana gal, my dog, she said, do y'all think long term you could build a team around Fairs and DQ, or will they have to choose? Fairs would play better with an above the rim center, and DQ would play better with a spot up shooter. If it were me, if I was like forced to do it, I'm only building around Fairs. I just don't see a world where you can build around Derek.
I don't think they're building around either, to be honest. I think they're
me neither.
Like, I think I look at both of them as, which is why they haven't pivoted yet. I think they look at both of them as just good, like, players on your roster, like good players to add to your team. Neither one of them yet have proven to be, like, they ain't look like Cooper last year to where, like, and even Cooper to me is the only rookie that looked like, all right, he could be, like, Dylan didn't have to do it on his own. VJ had Maxey and Embiid. Like, none of those dudes look like face of the franchise kind of guys, in my opinion.
To me, in the last 3 years, like, the only rookies I've seen that look like that, and I'm just basing this last person off Summer League, is Wemby.
Yeah, Wemby for sure.
Wemby and Darren Peterson.
And Wemby is clearly a franchise guy.
And it might be one other guy. But, like, I don't even see it with Cooper. I just see Cooper, like, topping out as, like, a very, very good player. But, like,
you mean like an all-star level player? Do you think all-star level players are franchise players?
I think it'd be all NBA, but I think they're like
Evan Mobley's still not a franchise.
Yeah, he's not exactly. Like, that's the perfect, like, thing. Now he could be, but he don't do enough offensively.
He ain't Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, he ain't Donovan Mitchell. Saying. Like, you have to be that fucking good.
Cold.
To, like,
I get what you're saying.
Like,
I haven't seen anybody.
To me, it has to be Wemby, and that's because Wemby. Like, I'm 7'5".
Yeah,
and Peterson looks so skilled to me. Like,
and Wemby is improving and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I get
Wemby
that.
put on weight. He can defend, handle getting a little better. The
and he got the mentality. He a fucking dog.
He a dog. He not soft.
Yeah,
not soft. Like the motherfucker works. He's the real deal, bro. Dude, the real deal. I'm lower on him for his skill set, but he's still like
a great player.
He's still who he is. Like, it's undeniable. But that's why I just like, I don't know if I see that guy in Fears and DQ, not necessarily. And it's hard to build around small guards. Like, you wouldn't build around Sengun.
So good, though.
Like, I think Maxey is incredible. I'm not building a team around Maxey. I think Sengun is an awesome talent. I'm not building a team around Sengun.
Yeah.
And that's
like you could be Sengun and still not the face of the franchise.
And that's the thing. Like, I think, and I kind of think it's what we have with Zion. It's like, you're just a very good player. And we're gonna keep rolling the dice until we get that motherfucker. Or we get so much depth.
Why you don't. That's why I think that's why you don't move him. Like unless you become Shea, right?
Right.
Then because J-Dub, as good as J-Dub is, he ain't no face of the franchise.
Yeah. Chat, you not.
He ain't Harden when he left. Like he ain't Harden. If they traded him away, he ain't Harden. He ain't going to be Harden.
And that was my thing. Even like we're talking about Luka, I'm like, I think Luka is awesome. But I think the building around Luke, I think that pass. I think you just like extremely good, and I gotta get somebody that's at least very good next to you.
Luke, like I don't think you could. So I'll just say, Luka is a superstar. Like Luka, and those dudes are like stars. Like that's. Like Jalen Brunson level tiered players, in my opinion.
You think Jalen Brunson? Well, he won a ring, so I gotta at least say he's superstar now.
Just because you won the ring, that don't mean
nothing. Yeah, like to me, that's why I'm kind of like, I don't think Luka or Brunson by themselves taking you to the dance. That's the reason I say that. But like even like Jokic, I think Jokic a fucking monster, but he ain't taking it by himself either. And that's why I think the superstar era over.
That's why I said I think Luka is in the Joker tier. Like he just
I can get that.
That's what you get what I'm saying. I just think Joker, people get like the Joker numbers. You like, bro, this motherfucker animal. But we seen Joker get dominated a lot. They lose a lot.
When you win them MVPs like that, it's just I gotta give some credit to your ability to stay out there, and like he probably should have won 3 MVPs in a row. Like
Giannis should have won like 3-4 in a row. Embiid could have won a bunch of them in a row too. It's just all on how people feel like voting.
I don't think that motherfucker play enough him, but
but like Embiid had a couple seasons where he was. And Giannis, look at Giannis, bro. Look at Giannis' numbers, dog. Giannis is a 34-14 dude.
I think
was like no MVP. They gave him his 2 MVPs, and like they was arguing Shea shouldn't have got either one of his. And it's like, bro, how? You can argue for Joker every season.
Yeah, it's just
crazy. Quality show, program.
We appreciate y'all, man. This is the best Pelicans podcast out there for real. And like we talked about a bunch of different subjects. So who do y'all think should be in the starting 5 next season? I think the people you named, minus. Well, I'll say Dejounte, Zion, Trey, Yves, and I'm gonna say Sadiq Bey.
Okay, I ain't gonna argue with that right now. I hope we upgrade the position.
Yeah. Who's going to take Dejounte off our hands?
What's your top 3? Top 2? Because you feel like nobody going to take him right now. Suggs is mine.
Suggs in Houston.
Suggs in Houston?
Suggs in Houston.
Do I have a random one? What would Dejounte get extended? Pause.
Right now? He'd probably get the MLE.
No, I'm just saying, like, who would...
Oh, who would extend him? It got to be somebody that got some other clutch clients, I imagine. That's why I say, like, if they kept Fred VanVleet, because I don't know if they'd be able to move him. Rich might be like, yo, I got another guy for you, but this guy, he gonna play.
You know what's gonna be an option for him if you know what he might end up. He might end up on one of them expansion teams.
Yeah, I don't want him here long enough for that to happen. But he definitely. I don't even want to be in a position.
If the Spurs could figure out something with Fox, I can see him going back to San Antonio.
What you mean figure out like get rid of Fox?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
they got to figure that shit out, boy.
Shout out to Clarence. He said, "Boy, y'all potting tonight." Yeah, that's a lot of fucking money for Fox. Shout out to Clarence, man. Yo, if y'all still in the building, make sure y'all hit the like button if you haven't already.
Shout out to y'all, man.
And go follow Pels in the Blender. We still got a nice crowd in here, man. It's like the party line back in the day. Lonnie say, what has to happen this season for it to be considered a successful season for Mosley, in my opinion? I think make the play-in, man.
Even if you get the 40 wins and it don't get you in a play-in, that's a success to me.
What, you had a message or milestone, E-Dog? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Well, Fist, you a member, so you know I kind of talked about it. I alluded to it in the membership show. I can't really say too much because it ain't make the news. I don't think. I gotta check Twitter, but
I haven't seen it.
I ain't seen it, and I feel like
I ain't gonna speak on it either.
Yeah, I ain't gonna speak on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna speak on it. But shout out to Fist. I just don't want to put it on Beam, Fist. Shout out to the homie E-Dog as well, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Pels in the Blender.
Thanks, man.
Bao Tran, shout out to the homie. He's a Blazers fan. Shout out to you, Bao. He said Yang Hansen is a walking shoe billboard with 500 million basketball fans in China. Yeah, Blazers drafted and traded for Yang Hansen since PDX is a sports clothes capital.
Oh, smart. Go ahead and trade for Yang Hansen, man.
Yang, he said he had a solid
Kevin O'Connor said the Pelicans have resisted all trade offers for Trey Murphy with the intention of competing next season. So it sounds like Trey ain't going nowhere.
I ain't gonna lie. Kev be giving his opinion. I ain't gonna hold
it.
Because it's like clearly, because and no disrespect to Kevin O'Connor, but it's like clearly they resisted it. Nigga, he ain't been traded.
Yeah.
He's like clearly. Like he's here. Like he ain't been traded. Like if they hadn't resisted, if they they broke. That means he ain't traded. He's here.
Yeah, so, absolutely. Yeah, it's like, well, why he hasn't been traded? You see, they're resisting it.
Yeah, they resisted it. Shout out to Big Majors. How we feel about Bryce McGowan? He showed us something. I like Bryce McGowan's solid rotational guy. I'm hoping he can continue to trend upwards and that catching shoot numbers, bro.
I think Bryce played well enough to where they considering players be like, fuck, you ain't 15, you ain't 14 million better than certain players. Sadiq Bey, realistically, Sadiq Bey was $6 million. Like, even if I got to give him an extension and he's not a $6 million player, he on the books right now for $6 million. You not $10 million better, or you know what I'm saying, than Sadiq Bey. You not $15 million better than Bryce McGowan. So it's kind of like, why not just go get another player, Bryce McGowan's tier? I don't believe in PV, by the way. I don't throw that out there. I don't believe in PV.
Shout out to Clarence. You don't believe in PV? I think PV is just a rotational wing, though. Look, he might not even be rotational. We'll see if that corner. One thing I will say about PV that I do like is that he gets offensive boards. He finds, what's the word I'm looking for? Finds interesting ways to score. Like he'll get a putback layup or something. If that corner three comes around, I can see it. But I think it's telling, bro, that the Pelicans are still interested in wings. I just keep saying it. The Pelicans still being interested in wings.
I was watching some of Pete because he's supposed to be a defender, right? And not saying that he's terrible at defending, but I just don't believe in the defense. I just don't believe in the defense, bro.
I believe in the defense. I don't think he's to me, I just look at it like this. Kind of like with Jerome Pierre. There's a reason guys fall to the second round or out of the draft, right? And when you watch them, you be like, okay, I see why that is what it is. And even like first round guys, and like you watch it, you be like, oh, okay, I see why people said that about you.
Yeah.
Right. And like older rookies, it's hard, dog. Like, look, they're gonna be about 22 near the start of the season. Michael Peavy's what, like 23, 24? Like, so the upside is like you shortchanged by at least 3 years. And if you're not like a super athlete, the most you can really hope for for older young prospects is them refining their already existing skill set. So PV become a solid catch and shoot guy, but I don't think PV's in a rotation. He'd have to be awesome to be in a rotation.
That's what I'm saying. Like I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, I ain't gonna say it was a waste, but like,
I just don't know. Like the only person I really wanted right there that was realistic was Adu that went to the Lakers, because I know Renard like wasn't going
forced
to
him. I would have took a dude. I said that too when it was making the deal. I would have took him for the athleticism too, but I'm
you hoping PV could turn into like Kenny Hustle.
Kenny Hustle was cold here.
But see, I don't know. I'm cold.
Compared to PV, I don't think PV got that level of versatility in this game.
Kenny might have been a bit of a vet when he got here, though. I don't remember, but I know he got here and then developed.
Yeah, but I'm saying like Kenny Hustle do a little bit of everything. I'm like, I don't know.
I think also you're gonna have some dudes on your roster that just like deploy in case of emergency, like
Yeah, can I get a couple minutes from you? That's all. But he not playing over Bryce, and Bryce like third in the rotation.
Yeah, I don't think playing over Bryce right now. But I don't think the gap between him and Herb is that wide either, and that's the fucked up thing. Like, and that's why we hit
Herb gotta play so well, bro. Herb got to play so well. That's what it was. Herb got to play so well, bro.
It's a damn shame, bro. Like
I would have forced him too. I'd have forced Reno too. I'd have drafted him, bro.
Because what he gonna say? What he gonna say? No.
Yeah, what you gonna? I'd have just gave you the contract you was looking for. Welcome to New Orleans.
Now here's the thing though too. I don't know if this would have happened. I don't know if players in the second round do this, but he could have been like, I'm a second round guy on a non-guarantee. I'm not coming. I don't want.
I'd have guaranteed this deal.
No, but I mean is second round players typically aren't guaranteed. Like they usually go through the two-way route.
Yeah.
But like Micah Peavy and Renard, they were both guaranteed.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'd have drafted, like, if your concern was not being
No. I'm saying he would have been like, I'm not fucking with you. Like, I don't want your money. I'm out of here. Like, I think he might have played it raw like that.
Well, guess what? You would have set your ass somewhere because I got the right.
Right, bitch. Well,
boy, I couldn't be no GM, boy. I'm cold. Welcome to New Orleans.
Like, you ever heard of Birmingham?
Yeah, boy, better go sit your ass down somewhere. Yeah, you ain't going back to college. Or you go back to college. You're going to have to. No, David Robinson had to go back to the Army.
No, that dude, Renard fucking cold, son. That's all I'm gonna say. That nigga is cold. We'll see though. But shout out to everybody in the building, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. We've been rocking 3.5 hours. We might not do another show for weeks. So appreciate all y'all, man. Keep y'all head on the swivel. Shout out to everybody. Say, could a healthy Dejounte Murray be Suggs at least at to the trade deadline? Oh, can you get Suggs?
I think Dejounte a little better than Suggs, to be honest.
I think Suggs better defensively.
I think Dejounte better offensively.
I
don't think much of Suggs, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro. I just think Dejounte sucks.
I think that's what you need.
No, because when I look at the numbers and I'm like, I just remember playing Orlando so many times. I'm like, this dude Suggs is dangerous. He like Lou Dort. Like, he just a physical dive on the floor, dive into your knee, elbow you type nigga. And I just hate players like that because they always hurt you. They be fine, but they'll hurt you. Whereas Dejounte, I'm just like,
I be watching Suggs against like other teams, and I be like, oh, he not bad, but he just not 34 million.
He not 30 million. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, to me, Suggs on the MLE, cool. Dejounte on a minimum, ideal. Like, I just, shout out to Dejounte on a two-way, ideal. Shout out to everybody, man. We appreciate y'all. Look, make sure y'all being safe during this hurricane season, man, and stay blessed.
I'm like, damn, I'm going to New Orleans. I remember when Hurricane Katrina happened, and I was like, man, I'll never go there. Straight up, like, this is a true story. And
I nigga poked Ryan right there. He's like, what change?
You see Ryan's face?
He's like, I said the same thing. I live in Marrero, no. Like, fuck it. Yeah,
Dejounte gonna ball out this year. You heard me? Shout out to you.
I hope so, dog. Dejounte, we need you to ball out so we can get y'all, big dog. Shout out to everybody. So. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all go tap in and subscribe to Pels in the Blender. Tell people they can find you on social media, Al.
As always, man. Y'all catch the YouTube Pels in the Blender, you heard me? Or you catch me at Just Say Davis on Twitter, man. For sure. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. Make sure you catch me at Cheddar Chaz, Instagram, Twitter, and let me know how the microphone sound, y'all. Just a new microphone. The show ran a little long today, but we appreciate all y'all support, man. And we appreciate y'all, man. Keep rocking with us. Much love. Yo, Lonnie, is not Marrero or West Bank slander. I'm talking about, see, Lonnie, you a Marrero person that respect New Orleans, though, so it's different. Ryan don't respect New Orleans, and you let this man say that to your motherfucking face. I ain't letting that go, son. I ain't those things when you meet a real one, you know it. Like, come on, son. Nah. No. And shout out to the homie Keenan Lewis, man. West Bank legend.
Man, shout out to K-Lou, man.
No fly zone. I remember that.
That's my
no fly zone. Yo, but we out, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.